Oh, oh, I seen the storms rolling, but the sun came back again. They said, boy, you won't make it. The Most High said different. Why I said amen. Let's go. From the red clay roads where the lights play low, Lil Sean had faith even when the funds were low. Grandma sang hymns with a tear in her eye. Told him, baby, stay strong, the Most High gon' provide. Mama and stepdad holding on through the rain, turning life's hard pain into a lifelong game. He packed them dreams in a Navy duffel tight, but even in the ocean he still had to fight. Yeah, still had to fight. Yeah, he been down like Joe, rose like dawn, hands up high, still thanking the Most High. On the young, he lost some years, but he gave them back tenfold. Grace on the grind, that's a story well told. Yeah, restored again. Can I get an amen? Restored again. By the grace of the Most High, amen. Let's get it. Yeah, got out the service world, moving strange. Tried every hustle, but faith stayed the same. Folks laughed when he said he filmed his grind. Now 500,000 sold to his shine. From a cracked iPhone to a whole production. He ain't chase fame, he chase instruction. Every praise God coming to see that group. Prove that what the Most High start, the Most High will see through. Let's go, amen. Sometimes blessings take a long way home. Sometimes pain gotta make room for hope. Joe lost everything but never lost faith. Sean lost sleep but gained amazing grace. And the Lord restored Joe's fortunes when he prayed for his friends. And the Lord gave him twice as much as he had before. Job 42:10. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He been down like Joe, people roll like Joe. Still thanking the Most High. On the young, he lost some years, but he gave them back tenfold. Grace on the grind, that's a story well told. Yeah, restored again. Can I get an amen? Restored again. By the grace of God, amen. Now grandma smiling her golden years. Mama and stepdad wipe away them tears. What was broke is blessed, what was pain is peace. Faith don't fold, multiply the feast. Restored again. Now that's a righteous perspective. Yeah, restored again.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ARP in the morning. Grace and peace to each and every one of you guys on this fine Tuesday morning. Appreciate you guys pulling up today. I hope all is well with you guys. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys had a great weekend, man. We got a lot to get into, so we're going to get right into it ASAP. Appreciate you guys. We have the usual prospects in the building. Minister Danzel, Crystal from Crystal Beyond Labels, Celeste from Celeste_Duffy. We have Mika, the messy conservative, in the building today. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Hit the like button for me if you haven't done so already. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. Before we get things kicked off, we got to get things started with the verse of the day. From my brother Hunter. Today's verse is out of Acts. Give me 1 second. Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate you, Hunter. And it says, the city clerk quieted the crowd and said, "Fellowship Ephesians, doesn't all the world know that the city of Ephesus is the guardian of the temple of the great Artemis and of her image, which fell from heaven? Therefore, since these facts are undeniable, you ought to calm down and not do anything rash." That is Acts 19:35-36. Let me say what's up to my folks in the chat, and then we will get things kicked off. ASAP. Appreciate you guys pulling up. What's up, Lori Addison? How you doing this morning? It's good to see you. Appreciate you. What up, Professor Sonny? What up, B? How you doing this morning, sister? It's good to see you in the chat. What up, Jane? How you doing this morning? It's good to see you as well. Who else we got? Wolfheart's in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. What up, Dominic? How's it going, man? Hey, Deb, how you doing this morning? S. Bergan, how's it going? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you guys so much. I also want to let you guys know that today's show and every show is brought to you by the Garden Project. Give me 1 second here. There you go. Change it up a little bit. But the Garden Project, that's who our show is brought to you by. I'm struggling this morning. But in a time of division, distraction, and compromise, the Garden Project is uniting believers through scripture, fellowship, and real community action. Every month, members gather for one powerful weekend focused on building authentic Christian relationships and serving local communities through outreach and support. Saturdays are all about fellowship and connection through shared interests, while Sundays are dedicated to faith in action. If you're looking for a stronger Christian community rooted in purpose and truth, learn more today at thegardenproject.com. If you would like to learn more about the Garden Project, shoot me an email. We'll get that over to the proper person. But if you choose to join the Garden Project, please join at thegardenproject.com/ARP. We appreciate everybody that has joined the project thus far. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my brother AT over at the Garden Project Radio. All righty. Appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, check out the Garden Project, gardenproject.com. All right. Let me pull my folks up. What's up, Minister Danzel? How you doing this morning, brother? Uh-oh, you're muted. Oh, hold up. I'll unmute you. Okay, there you go.
Okay, I pulled the Celeste on you, huh?
You pulled a Duffy on us today.
Yeah. Listen, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's eventually going to happen, right?
Yeah. Hey, you know, play this mess up from time to time. We can't all be perfect. You know, we mess up.
If we were perfect, we'd be God, right? If we were perfect, we'd be God.
Exactly.
But I'm loving it, man. I'm ready for you today, man. God is good. He's been blessing. I'm looking forward to the show. I'm so grateful that A Righteous Perspective is on the social media.
I appreciate it, man. It's awesome. What's going on, Sister Crystal? How you doing this morning?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hi, family. Nice to see you, Minister Denzel.
Good to be seen, my sister. Good to see you, too.
Otherwise, you know, I don't care that yesterday the Knicks didn't do what they were supposed to do. I am still wearing my orange and blue today, okay?
Amen.
You got to represent. Amen. I mean, there's still a multitude of games to go. So
that's right.
Yes.
You know, we're going to talk about the Knicks. We're going to lead off with the Knicks today.
But I have something special for you, Brother Wise. I said I'd save it for today.
Amen.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I'm 10K.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is awesome, man. Congratulations. Look at that. 10,000 subs. Man, come on now. Come on now.
That is good.
That is awesome, man.
Congratulations. Thank you.
And more to come.
And more to come. And I just want to thank everyone. Of course, glory to God, first and foremost. And thank you for the Wise for taking me under your wing. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Minister, for always showing me love and sending me content, because you're amazing for that.
Amen.
Celeste, for all the wise words. I just want to say thank you to all y'all. I love you all.
God
thank you to my amazing mods who be holding it down, because these people are crazy in the chat. So thank you to the mods always.
Amen.
That's what's up, man. Well, congratulations, man. Well done. Now we on the 25. Let's go.
Yes.
Amen.
Let's go. We just keep moving the goals, right? We just keep, every time you get one, you just move. Hey, what's the next one? What's the next one?
On our way. That's right.
What's up, Mika? How you doing today, sister?
Good morning.
She pulled it up, and we got two today. We got two today.
We on the roll, back. We on the roll.
I think she's unmuted, but I think she's having technical. Because you are unmuted.
No, we can't hear you. Are you muted on your end? She might be muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
We got two today. We got two today.
We on the roll. We got that memo, right, sis?
I did it, Duffy. Okay, it was my soundboard. My soundboard was down. I had to scoot it back. I was cleaning.
Blame the soundboard.
Good morning,
God is
everybody. That's what I
good.
would say. And congratulations, Crystal,
Thank you.
because
Yes,
your
yes.
thumbnails are on my timeline a lot. So they're
Amen.
getting views. They look good. They look good.
Thank you.
Amen.
Yes,
That
thank
is
you.
awesome, man.
Thank you.
We got to get you that plaque. We'll really we'll put together a celebration once you get that plaque. You
Thank
know.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Keep working.
Working for it.
What's going on, Celeste? Now you better be ready. After these two, you better be
please.
ready.
First of all, I want to start here, okay? Because I came prepared to start on a very positive, congenial tone. But every time somebody makes a mistake, you talk about, oh, you pulling a Duffy. Now my name has become synonymous with faux pas, and it's not even that. As bad as that is, it's your delight in it that is a concern to me. I'm just gonna say you're supposed to show yourself in friendship, and I don't feel it. I don't feel
it. It wasn't me. I didn't come up with it. That was AT that came up with, he came up with it, so it wasn't me completely. It wasn't
sis,
me.
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. At least you're famous for something.
Yeah, look at Dylan. Dylan was like, 2 Duffys one morning, gonna be a great show.
It's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a good show. That's right.
Goodness, I was cleaning.
It's gonna be a good show.
Oh man.
But
y'all are terrible.
congratulations and well deserved, Crystal. I know I sent you a little thumbs up yesterday, but I want to say here in front of everybody, you are a testament to the fact that hard work pays off, and that's an inspiration to people like me who are trying to run behind you. But
Amen. You're gonna make
it. You on the way.
You on your way, sister. Yes, I already know. I be checking out them videos. Yes, ma'am. You keep it up.
You are on the way.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Eric Plummer. Hey, peoples, be more in the house. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Eric. Appreciate you, brother. My Baltimore brethren. Okay, let me see you. What up, Steven? $2 super chat says, if y'all haven't done so, join the Garden Project. Yeah, check out the Garden Project today.
Amen.
Shout out to Eric Romine. $2 super chat says, you see Mika walking the White House like she owned it. Yeah, I saw that.
And I
was doing all my Sundays. They was like, go ahead.
I loved it. I was like, okay.
At first, I was like, "Is that a green screen?" I was like, "What's going on here?"
No, I was standing right in the windows, and I was like, "I'm gonna take my selfie." Secret Service was like, "Go ahead, dude."
That's what's up. That's what's up. What was you doing out there?
I got invited, so
I got classified.
Yeah, I got invited. I'm also going to the UFC fight, so I'm invited to that as well.
Oh, cool.
So awesome. I'll be down there all pretty much Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all weekend.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yep.
Yeah, the folks on the left, man, they're gonna hate you for that one.
Like, they already in there. This is embarrassing. I'm like, to who?
Exactly. I know that's right. I'm not embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm celebrating.
Shout out to Jessica coming through, $20 super chat. Appreciate you, sister. Says absolutely enjoying the joy and laughter. Let's go, ARP.
Amen.
Yeah, I needed that. I was struggling this morning. It's been a rough morning this morning, so I'm doing well. I'm doing good now. Doing very good. But appreciate you guys pulling up. Hit the like button for me if you haven't done so already. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. If you want to add anything to the conversation, be on the lookout today for the Minister's Mind Trust. I believe Crystal is going to do a quick update on the Carmelo Anthony trial. I believe yesterday the defense did rest. So I think this thing has been kicked to the jury. I thought yesterday there was going to be a plea deal, but I guess no plea deal, was either given or agreed upon. So looks like this thing is going to the trial or going to the jury.
Right.
Yep.
You were absolutely right, Liz.
Gonna be fast.
You should have took it at the beginning.
Yep. You really should have. You really should have taken it at the beginning. But I did see this morning that the cops are ready. The over there is surrounded. They're not playing. They're ready for any.
They're ready for the shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Well, I didn't think, like I said last week, I was like, I don't think this thing is going to go that long. I mean, it's pretty open and closed. Pretty open and closed. He admitted to it, so I didn't think it was going to, go this long. And we'll see how long the jury has this, in deliberation. We'll see how long. I'd say the longer it goes, probably the more likely you're going to get either a hung or a not guilty verdict. The quicker It's probably it's going to be a quick guilty or a slow either hung jury or not guilty verdict. That would be, my guess.
Well, he's getting a fair and speedy trial. So,
yeah. At this point, I just, from everything that I'm seeing, everything I'm going through Sarah's information, it's spot on. It definitely is spot on. It goes along for everything that they've been saying. Sarah pointed out that they had 21 witnesses, over 20 prosecutions witnesses, and they described Austin and his brother as leaders, role models, and they kept calling them brothers. There was no evidence supporting defense claims of them bullying anybody. There was no defense claims that they knew each other. There was none of that. Sarah noted the emotional toll, including the body cam footage of the paramedics, the failed CPR efforts, Austin having no pulse, internal bleeding. It was a lot for them to take in. Of course, the parents in there were devastated, just seeing everything all over again, hearing everything, hearing the testimonies. She said the defense performance was basically abysmal and horrible because the witnesses either couldn't recall details, didn't see the key events, or their testimony aligned more with the prosecution after cross-examination. So even where they asked the young man, do you think that Austin was the aggressor or Carmelo? He said it was Carmelo. And I believe this is the young man that knew Carmelo, knew of like him. He's friends with Carmelo's girlfriend. So allegedly he even said no. There was no strong evidence for Carmelo to attack Austin. And the rumors that they were going around that Austin Metcalf threatened Carmelo and said, "I'm going to beat your A," or whatever. That was not proven to be true, because people were saying, actually, Austin was telling him, "I'm not going to fight you. I'm not fighting you at this track meet. I'm not going to be involved." Like, he didn't want any parts of fighting or anything like that.
Wow.
And it was Carmelo Carmelo said, when they asked him to move, "F y'all." He called them the P word. Like, he was trying to emulate a thug.
He was the agitator. Yeah.
He was agitated in this situation. And the majority of the witnesses said about the same thing, which was it moved so fast because it went from the tap on the shoulder to the poking in the chest, the unaliving of it. There was no in between. There was no like, okay, there was fist thrown or anything like that. So you saw a lot of that happening. Allegedly, there was a woman who was there who is a retired court reporter who was taking notes. I shared this with Brother Wise yesterday. They had to get her out of Texas because apparently people were following her. They had to fly her out because people were threatening her life because they didn't know how she was associated with the case. But they threatened her, told her the Black Panthers are coming allegedly after her. Someone was knocking at her hotel room. So they were trying to intimidate some of the people there that they have no idea who they are. They're just assuming they are involved in the decision making. Sarah, like I said, Sarah debunked, said the rumors were debunked about him being jumped in the tent by 4 boys. Per all the witnesses, doesn't show that they were jumped. He was jumped. They addressed the tent video claims. Overall, it shows that these people, again, Austin was there. Carmelo was the aggressor. And even as they were talking about the atmosphere of the courtroom, the people that are with the Dominique Alexanders and the Carmelo Anthonys and all that group are more of the aggressors, even in that situation. I think, Wise, I sent you that video yesterday where the woman came out the courtroom and lied and said that Jeff and his family were bullying them out their seats and all this other stuff. And it turned out the woman was lying, allegedly, because she wanted to have people looking at the Metcalf family as they're some kind of bullies or whatever, where she was the one that was agitating the situation. So across the board, I really hope America realizes that wrong is wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter the
Amen.
skin color, it doesn't matter anything. That young man was wrong for what he did. And stop calling him a baby. He
Mm.
was 17, he's 18, however old he is. He listen, as I said to Brother Wise yesterday in AT, there are 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds that go to the military. So stop saying that they're a baby. He was a baby. He made that decision. It was a terrible and grave decision, but he made that decision to do what he did. So that is the update. I'm going to keep following Sarah, and hopefully after the trial and everything, and she gets a little bit rest, she'll be able to come on and maybe do just some highlights for the righteous perspective for everyone.
Amen. God bless you.
Yeah. Oh, Mika, you're muted if you wanted to add anything. Oh, okay. Shout out to Dylan with the $5 super chat, says, still laughing at old girl's twist off Boone's Farm bottle at the dang protest.
That part.
That was funny. I'm looking at that and I'm like, is that a twist off bottle of wine that she's got out there? You know, it's like, okay.
I think they all were lit out there.
Yeah, they had to be. Had to be.
Uh-huh.
I was like, wow, okay. All right. Might as well, I guess. You know, get out there and protest. She had the twist cap bottle of Boone's Farm out there, you know, and a Newport, you know, in the other hand. Like, oh man, I tell you. Oh man. Yeah, there was some craziness going on out there at the protest. You know, I mean, the case is what it is, you know, and we'll get more information, especially once this thing comes to a conclusion and people can actually read the transcripts if they so choose to read the transcripts. I would assume that most people won't read the transcripts because they don't like to read.
Oh, they
in
absolutely
general.
will not.
So they'll just, you know,
they don't like the truth, so they probably won't.
They should, even if they have to like shade faces or something like that, any video footage, you know how I am, people have to see. Because I think that is what will quell any sort of disturbance or whatever in the aftermath, is if people see, no, he didn't, you know.
I mean, do you think that Court TV would get a hold of the footage of the trial? Like after everything's done, do you think they will get a hold of it? I would assume that a lot of people would like to watch it and release it. Do you think that will happen?
I think they would. I think
that would be very helpful.
Yeah, I think they would probably get a hold of it. Just like most cases we've been able to see, even though it was closed behind the scenes, they brought it out. So I think they will bring it out. But honestly, I don't know, because Twist Off Boone's Wine woman was like, even if it's proven that he was guilty, she's still not
Boone's Farm.
You heard the brother the other day, right? The other day you played the brother. He wouldn't have it. I don't care how innocent he is. We victims. We deserve our day.
Yes, I don't even know it because these people they lack rationale. They live in their victim mentality. So I don't even know if they will even accept the verdict, and even if it's proven that this young man was guilty.
But what's so crazy? Go ahead, Celeste. That's okay.
Oh, I'll be quick. The issue is not, you know, the 15 Newport smokers with the drummer. Where is he? I'm missing him. But bring him back. But it's not the fact that they're irrational and they're crazy. What we don't want is for anyone to support them. And what gets so-called regular people to support them is the lies. I was watching Black people saying on the internet that Carmelo Anthony was wrestling between the two brothers. They were on the ground in a wrestling tussle. So there's a lot of not truths that people are saying, that he was jumped, that he was wrestling, all of these things to try and make it look like whatever the verdict is likely to be is not justifiable, which is why the court TV and the videotapes are extremely helpful, because what that does is it will allow those 12 people to still stay in front of the courthouse, and hopefully the drummer as well, and he can join them. But it's not going to bring the hundreds and hundreds and, God forbid, thousands of people to join this effort when the tapes clearly show none of that stuff they've been told. But a lot of people have been told lies. They were told he was jumped, that he was wrestling, that there was a tussle on the ground, that other people, it wasn't just the two brothers, but other team members were involved. People are believing this stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why that video should be shown as soon as possible rather than letting them go on with their fairy tales.
I mean,
none of the testimonies that I've heard, especially of the 6 kids that were there for them being black, none of them said that it was an actual fight where blows were thrown or anything along those lines. None of them actually testified to that.
And actually, the black kids were the most, from what the reports that are coming out, the black kids were actually the most
honest,
not on the side of Carmelo. They were the ones that actually said things like deadly force was met with not deadly force. So I mean, they came out and clearly said no.
He was the instigator.
He was the aggressor. He was the instigator, and that would be great on the court TV so people could see that, because the idea that there was no black jury, but there were black witnesses.
Yeah.
Celeste, again, and I have to say this. Number one, these people, a lot of these people have a reprobate mind, okay? Because with the child case, they are saying that this was racist, but there were black jurors on the jury, okay? And then I have people that are sitting here because they hear that old crazy person that Wise covered out here telling people all kinds of foolishness. They said the prosecution is suppressing the pictures that show that Carmelo was jumped. Except, you think his parents would suppress the photos that he was
they said he photoshopped and all this, but that same guy, because the internet thinks they're investigators and they like to go investigate. They find out that he's a pedo. And then the same internet says, well, we have to wait for credible sources. I'm like, y'all don't ever wait for credible sources. Absolutely not. And so with that being said, you have that. Then you have the fact of Carmelo saying whatever he said and then running off. And then people are like, well, he ran to the coach. So they called the coaches to the stand. And the coach is saying a whole nother different story. And then they have him on body cam footage. And this is why I encourage people when it first happened not to make it racial, because what it sound like two teenage boys doing what teenage boys do, and one escalated it. And unfortunately, one is gone and one is gonna be gone up in the jail. And I'm just saying, like, at no point does this sound racial. It sounds more,
high schoolers.
Masculinity. I don't really, it sounded like it need an adult to be sitting there. So they can handle their differences the way it was, because it sounded like he was in the tent during the rain. They were fine with that, but once it started raining, they was like, okay, you got to go. He was like, nah, I'm not going anywhere. And that to me is where it escalated.
I'm praying for the black people who are suffering from black ethnic worship, that they will be delivered, because that only contributes to a lot of the crazy stupidity that just doesn't make any sense, and we don't need that in our society.
Can I ask a real quick question?
I'm with you 1000% on that, Minister Danzel. Wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
And for the Boone's Farm lady to come out and say, well, it don't even matter, if he is guilty, we gonna stand for mine. I'm just like, I mean, I understand, if you want to support and pray and you want to uplift this young man, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get all of that.
Different.
But to try to act like he didn't do something, just because, like, hey, he's black, I gotta support mine no matter what, even when they're wrong.
Crazy.
That's just, I think that's crazy.
Can I ask a real quick question? And I just want y'all to tell me what y'all think, because it's been bothering me. What do you think would happen if they came out with a not guilty vote on this?
Or not guilty verdict? I don't think anything would happen. I think you'd have black people online celebrating, and everybody else would go on about their business. Like, it's not right, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do think something will happen, because, and I don't mean in the riot or any kind of real demonstration. But I do think there is a danger in setting the precedent
Thank
that
you.
white people, especially their children, can be unalived or can receive bodily harm, and there is absolutely no recourse for them, because when the perpetrator is Black, they have to accept it and tolerate it. This whole idea of Black fatigue, it is one thing to be inconvenienced in a restaurant, inconvenienced on the bus or, public transportation, all of those types of public spaces where people act out. If you can move, you can decide to drive your own car, not take public transit. You can choose to not eat in those restaurants or eat somewhere else or stay home. You can remove yourself from that. But when you start saying your life now, that you have to now tolerate not living, what that's telling people is that their life isn't of the same value in the culture, and worse, it isn't worth the same legally. And there will be some backlash to that somewhere. And I don't necessarily mean rioting, but somewhere, if that kind of thing continues, people are tired of that, and they are not going to give their kids up as sacrificial offerings on the Black worship in idolatry, bending down in kente cloth and letting their kids go to the slaughter. People love their children. They're human beings.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no, you're absolutely right. Well, I think you'll get more of those quote unquote segregated communities like they've built out in like they're building out in Arkansas, like they attempted to build out in the middle of nowhere, PA. What's really crazy is that you do have white people saying, you know what, we're going to buy the land and we don't want to be around any of y'all. And you have Black people upset that they're buying the land and choosing not to be around.
But they're saying, and then they're saying, they say, okay, it's white people cause all this stuff. And if I was a person that thought like that, I would say, thank God they're gone over there to whatever land they want to go to, right? But that's not the case, because when you look at, even I remember watching Kings of Comedy, and I think it was Cedric Entertainer, and he said, oh, if white people move to the moon, we move it to the moon too.
That's true.
They want to, for some reason, they want to be around white people, but they also
but complain about them as well. It's the craziest thing ever. It makes no sense.
I don't get
Contradiction.
Yes, there was a man that my friend shared with me yesterday. He said, white people, it is time for you to have those conversations now with your white sons. And that hit hard when he said that.
I saw that. And
I was like, whoa. And I understand why he said that. You now have to have those conversations with your white children, because listen, white people, here's a public service announcement. I don't think like none of them, okay? So I would like to be able to reside wherever you reside, because I don't like the ghetto fatigue. So I please understand, I am of the kingdom. Let me live where y'all live.
Different people.
I promise I will not bring down the property value. I promise. But,
well, you know what? And I was actually thinking about that, because you're absolutely right. When I was thinking, and they were talking about the low number of Blacks that were living in Frisco, in that community anyways. And I was like, I know they wish they had some kind of questionnaire that Anthony family filled out before they bought their home, and they could have found a way to get them out of there.
And even if you look at the transcript of what was said, when I guess Carmelo went into his bag, Austin said, okay, like, what are you about to do? This Fresno? No, nobody do that.
Yeah, he was like, yo, this Fresno, you ain't got nothing in that bag.
Y'all don't do this. Like, it's not a bad area.
Now, if he would have been in South Dallas, Oak Cliff area, something along those lines, you can reach in your bag. People are more inclined to believe that you actually have something. But out in Frisco, which would be, Frisco's a very, very, upscale and well-to-do area. That's like being up in Potomac somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to act hood.
Yeah, but why
around $1 million houses and stuff? But you hood.
They do it. I'm in Southern Maryland and I'm seeing the push down here. They do it. I can drive up a little bit up to like Akakeet, and it's home.
Yeah, no.
And they're standing on the corner. I'm like, oh, it's not even a corner. It's like a street that tells you to go that way so you can get to the other big homes. And I'm just like, but they're used to it from where they're from. Right. And now, somebody in the family is working the good government job. So now everybody's coming down into this big house, which is fine, but they're not leaving the mentality. And that's the problem. It's the psychological. It's not the race. It's the psychological, which is the culture.
So Mickey, I'm sorry, I was messing up Mika and Messy.
You're fine.
That's exactly what I keep saying on this book, and I talk about in on the channel. This is the issue with the invasion of the class snatchers. What you have is people of a lower class who have the value system of that class, but because of like you said, their government jobs, and you find this a lot in blue cities and spaces, because they're paid beyond their skill level. So there's an inflationary pay in these areas that allow these people to attain a lifestyle that they can financially support, but they don't have the value system of that lifestyle. So you've got, and now I don't know the Anthonys, I don't know the mother and the father and everything about them, but let's use this as an example. You've got a bunch of people who can afford to be someplace, but somehow they did not seem to raise their son with the same value system of everybody else who's there. And there's a mismatch. So when the people get mismatched, they say it's racism. It's often not racism. The difference is you are in a class for which you don't have the values. You've not been trained in the values of that class, and you stand out and you're ostracized. You should be with people of your class. Crystal was saying she wants to go to those neighborhoods. Well, you'll be fine because you probably have the exact same value system, as though you'll integrate beautifully. That won't be an issue. The problem comes when you try to put people of different backgrounds, different classes, who have completely different value systems, who view lives in completely different ways. You are going to have problems. One of the things the guy mentioned, I think, Crystal, that you saw, is he said, I don't understand this idea of people saying, don't put your hands on me or put your hands on me, as if that's some kind of pass to them become extraordinarily violent,
right,
and threatening. If you tap someone, it's like, okay, now I can kill you or unalive you. You tapped me.
They understand that in that Chud, what is his name? Chud.
Yeah,
they understand it in that because he's using the same argument.
Exactly. And that's the problem is there are places where people grew up with their mothers telling them nobody can put their hands on you, as if that is the end all red line. Well, you take that same mentality into a place where they don't teach their kids that, because that's not an issue there. Now you've got confusion. You've got one person think, if you just touch my, that's it.
If you look at me wrong, you know how brothers are. What you looking at?
If they came into my neighborhood, they would definitely think it's racist, because I'm telling you right now, if you look like you don't belong, somebody stands right outside and just watch you. I'm saying they watch you. They stick sticky notes on the car. Hey, it's gonna rain. Forecast. Like, they'll stick it, because everybody's looking out for everybody here, and it's all kinds of people here, right? But I know somebody with that mentality here would say, oh, this person's following me. Oh, this person is looking, like, because you're not used to people having community and wanting to keep, each other's stuff. Like, you can leave the door open and nobody will come in your stuff, because there's somebody watching out
that's
for the
always
other
watching.
Yep.
It was like that in our neighborhood. When people in my neighborhood up in Maryland, when people would come back there, we'd be looking like, everybody be kind of looking like, who is this? Because you get to a point to where you know who belongs and who doesn't belong.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
that's
You know
what I mean.
who's, you know, so hey, how's it going? People are gonna speak to you just to check
Can
your
I help
temperature.
you?
Yeah.
A lot of things that people think are racist are really confusion between different classes. It's not racism a lot of times. It's people with mismatched value systems thrown together in ways in which it's just born to have confusion.
No, you're right. You're right.
I just pray that justice is served and that the proper punishment is meted out, because when injustice always has a major consequence.
Yes.
And so let's point it out. You may not see it right away, but believe me, it stirs up some major problems, and we don't need that in our society. We need to deal with, not just with this case, but with any time something is done that is incorrect and wrong. And good people need to stand up and start making their voices heard and not tolerating the foolishness, because it's only when you tolerate foolishness that it gets worse. And it's,
But I would say this, Minister, it's not, people act like if you tell this boy that he did something wrong and that he does get a punishment for it, that he can't redeem himself, right? He's young enough where people can actually teach him and he can learn from his mistake.
Of course.
Right? Because I do think his actions is based off, femininity, all that stuff we talking about. However, you committed an action that took someone's life.
Action.
Yes, that took somebody's life, and you have to be accountable for it, right? But it's not to say that you can't be accountable for it, have remorse for it, and try to come back from that and redeem yourself, right? And people think that like all of that is lost when you tell somebody the truth that they have done something wrong.
True. Right.
Because the only way you can correct a wrong, or at least attempt to, mend a wrong, is by acknowledging it. And nobody wants to acknowledge it. And that's the only thing that's holding that boy back. And by them not taking the lesser charge, because if that was my son, yes, I'm still going to be upset that my son is going to go away. But if that was my son will be able to take responsibility for it. And if he would have took a lesser charge, maybe he would have got lesser years. Probably, you know how they are. Oh, you can get out on good behavior, yada, yada, because this is not Florida. You don't have to do all the time. So there's other avenues that he could have gone through. But because they're dead set on, no, it's about race. So this person should get off because a white person got off in 1965. And so that is why we're setting these young boys up instead of giving him the proper lesson, the proper teaching. So maybe later when he does get out, because he's young, even if he does 20 years, he's 20, what, 1920?
He's 19.
He's out at 40.
Yeah.
He's not, his life is not over. Let him pay for his mistake and redeem himself.
Well, I mean, I don't know how true it is, because word is, you just get, conflicting information. Word is that he was offered a deal, a few months back. They turned it down, thinking that they could beat it at trial. And had he taken said deal, if that is true, it would have been a lesser charge. Max he would have received was 20 years, and probably with an opportunity of parole after 7 or 8 years or so, something along those lines. Whatever those parameters. Now, taking this thing to trial, if there is a guilty verdict, I mean, you're looking at a minimum of 5 years, a max of 99. They could give him the actual life. And, I think some of it is just bad information that he's received. I think some of it is a sacrifice by the Next Generation Action Network, because they've been able to generate a lot of money off of this. They're getting a percentage of whatever that little GoFundMe money that was raised. They're getting a percentage of that. And they've raised a lot of money, and we know this to be true. We know that these types of organizations will sacrifice someone in order to build their platforms. We know this.
That's right.
It's crazy, man. But a couple super chats and then we'll keep it moving. I think we just got the one. Shout out to Eric. $2 super chats is Malibu's most wanted Texas edition. Oh, Lord. Well, y'all a trip. Eric, you are a trip. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Let's get into this. Knicks had a ball game yesterday. The president decided to pull up. There were a lot of people upset about the fact that the president decided to go to the Knicks game. So much so that Hakeem Jeffries didn't believe that the president was a real Knicks fan. I'm like, have you not seen Donald Trump over 30 years? I mean, dude used to be at the games all the time back in the day. For the life of me, I don't understand these people, but I want to play this clip and then we'll get to work.
Tonight, President Donald Trump becomes the first sitting United States president to attend an NBA Finals game. Longtime Knicks fan.
Brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights.
Who's your favorite Knick?
Well, Brunson's fantastic. Towns is fantastic. They just have a great team.
ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith, who was talking about running for president, said he would blame you if the Knicks lost the game. How do you respond to that?
I think he's a nice guy. But you need a certain aptitude to run for president. You need a high IQ. I'm not sure that Stephen has that. I don't think he does, actually.
Trump, you know, I've been with the league for a long time. I ran NBA Entertainment years ago. He did an I Love Kids game spot with us. He was a fixture at NBA at Madison Square Garden. You guys remember, well, all of you, when you played here, not Draymond, but back in the old days, he had courtside seats. He was here all the time. He was at drafts, so he's a genuine Knicks fan.
For real?
Yes, there's some inconvenience to the fans here, but one looking around this arena, it's packed. So people listen. They came early. They got through whatever extra security, which is necessary. So, as I said, I think we should be using sports to create more of a sense of community with people, not less.
That's right. Give Hakeem a seizure.
5 years, we know you have to be neutral, but how big is this for the...
So I've had a few things to say about Donald Trump going to the Knicks game. And, you know, at this point, it's game day. And I think Knicks fans just want to enjoy game 3, the first home game that we've had in 27 years. But it also is not clear to me that Donald Trump is a big Knicks fan. I mean, does this guy even know the difference between Karl Rove and Karl Anthony Towns?
Nothing's
I don't think so. He's just injecting himself into the NBA Finals because he always has to bring the MAGA circus into town.
I hope Trump stays away game 4. People like
he might go back to game 4.
Oh, if he goes back to game 4, he's like at that point. And the fact that Dolan invited him, can Dolan just let something be good? I'm about to come on this show, Rich, and say, hey, I got to give Dolan his props for, you know, you can't undo the past. As much as a Knicks fan in a way should feel like a chump, even if they won the championship, because you got to wait 52 years for one measly championship in New York City basketball. At the same time, you can't change the past. Dolan, maybe it took him 2 decades to figure out how to own the team, but eventually he hired the right people and got out of the way. And I was literally going to come on this show tonight and say, you know what? I got to hand it to Dolan, X, Y, and Z. And then he invites Trump to the game, ruins the vibe, and the Knicks lose. I was just going to get out of the way.
I think that's a
Dolan,
little
get
unfair.
out of the way.
First of all,
Dolan, you suck. Get out of the way.
I think it's a little unfair to the president, and I think it's a little unfair to Dolan. First of all, look, they were in a suite, in attendance in a suite, so they were not.
No one wanted them there.
Yeah, but they were not trying to show anybody up or make it about them. They were in a suite. Now, if they were courtside, different story, because you know that's going to be a distraction. But they were in a suite, so they were being respectful to that.
Well, you got the loss you wanted. Yeah, you got the loss that you wanted. You called that loss down. You talked it up. You wanted it to happen. You wanted it to happen. I'm convinced of this. I am convinced that you guys wanted this loss to take place. I am. I am convinced. I have never been more convinced in my life that the vast majority of people here in New York City and the vast majority of people who comment on political matters, y'all wanted this loss to happen. You're not fans of this team. You are not fans of the New York Knicks whatsoever. I realize that. Excuse me? I voted for him, yes. Because Democrats are communists, that's why. Oh, is he? And you blame him for the loss? Yeah. What good does it do? Does it make you feel better to blame one man for the loss of a basketball team? Come on, bro. Come on. Stop it. You're being ridiculous. See, I mean, yes, you're being ridiculous. I should be ashamed of myself for what? So what? So hold on. So you telling me? Hold on a second, brother. You telling me that the color of my skin automatically means that I'm a Democrat? Automatically means I should be a Democrat, bro. Go back to work, bro. Go back to work, bro. Go back to work.
Go back to the hospital.
I'm sorry.
Go back to the hospital.
Go back to work. Thank you.
Awesome. As soon as I saw that this morning, I was like, I gotta add that because that was priceless.
Yeah,
priceless.
I saw that this morning.
Oh man, priceless! Shout out to Isaiah Carter, man. Shout out to him, and congratulations! He just got married not too long ago, a couple months back, man. So congratulations to him, man. But I had to play it because I was like, see, but that's the problem with these Democrats. First off, TDS is a real thing.
It's real, man. It's real.
It is very real. I don't care what anybody says. People can come out here and say, "Oh man, y'all think, man, there's no." We're witnessing it right here. Mm-hmm. Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. Oh, yes, it is a disease of the highest order at this point. It is a problem.
Yes.
Seriously, it should definitely be studied. It should definitely be studied because these people are crazy. The other thing too is it also just goes to show you that clip right there, that ending clip with Isaiah. It also goes to show you how racist Democrats, a lot of these liberals are. You know, that they see you and say, "Oh, Minister Daniels, you're black. Oh, hey, I know you support the Democrat Party. I know you support the communist socialist movement. I know you do.
You got your medication."
And if you don't, you should be ashamed of yourself for not doing it.
Just dumb.
These people are outrageous. These people are outrageous.
Just stupid. And you know what?
On steroids.
God bless that guy because he definitely. I mean, he shouldn't even. But you know, he's a man, so he knows how to handle it. I wouldn't even talk to them people. What are you saying? You voted for Trump? Stop. You know, you might as well walk up to them and say, you know, I am the Antichrist. You know what I mean? If you say you voted for Trump on a street side, New York City, don't tell the people nothing. Go on about your business. Because you know what though? I wonder what they're going to do because it's going to become the case that there are going to be so many Black people who are leaving the Democrat Party that this idea that you can just believe that everybody who's Black shares the same thoughts and opinions and has the same worldview you have, that is going to end soon. That is going to end. So those Black people over there, the Jamel Hills
Rollins,
and the Bakari, Roland Martin, and all those people who so-called speak on behalf of everyone because they don't believe there's anybody different. When it's 40% of Black people going, "Nah, that's not us," I don't know what they're going to do anymore because that's the only saving grace is that they believe that we're all, and they really do believe that. And you know that because when you go in the store or you talk to someone you don't know, the people, strangers who are Black will walk up to you and go, I told somebody I had recently moved here and they said from where, and I told them where I moved from. And they were like, "Oh, I know why you left." You know, like, I'm like, I'm not running from him. I don't know him. I don't have any, you know, people, they just automatically assume that you're a Democrat and you think exactly like they think and you're a race idolater.
Hey, Celeste, trust me, stupid is very resourceful. They will find something else to latch on to.
I hope so. I hope so. I'm so concerned, Minister.
Crystal, as a Knicks fan, as the I guess the lone Knicks fan on the panel here, Minister Danzo, are you a Knicks fan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not the lone Knicks fan. Okay, so we got two Knicks fans up here. You know, Minister Danzo played with Bob the Butcher back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
He probably trained some of these Knicks.
He trained some of the Knicks. I bet he showed Patrick Ewing how to do that little layup.
I actually did meet Earl the Pearl Monroe in person at the radio station. Yes, I did. I took a picture with him too, and I got a picture to prove it. Don't mess with me, y'all.
You know, Hakeem Jeffries is Spirit Airlines Obama, Temu Obama, Dollar Store Obama, whatever you want to call that clown. Like he just like sometimes I feel like they just made him in like a factory and put him out there because like nothing about him is authentic New York. Let's just start off with it. I just don't feel New York when I see him. I always tell y'all his gesticulating is so fake. I don't understand it. And for him to say he doesn't know if Donald Trump is a Knicks fan, that tells me that I have to be questioning if you're a Knicks fan because everybody used to see Donald Trump at the Knicks games. So
hey, Crystal, I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's like saying I don't know if Spike Lee's a Knicks fan.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? From back in the day.
Exactly. That tells me, that literally tells me that something's wrong with you. You are, because we all know who the Knicks fans are. Like we know who used to sit there every time. We know who had the courtside seats. We knew all of these things. So when you say I don't know if Donald Trump is a Knicks fan, either you blatantly lying in our faces, or you really are not a Knicks fan. You are just a bandwagon fan. You know I don't like them bandwagons now.
Or both.
I've been holding down the Knicks forever. In my whole 40-something years of life, I've been holding them Knicks down. Didn't care if people were laughing at me. I will wear my orange and blue proudly, okay? Because I've always been a Knicks fan. Now, that TDS is sad because it's interesting that they want to blame Donald Trump for showing up the game, and this is why the Knicks will lose. They ain't gonna say it's because of Cardi B's weak performance in the middle of the halftime show. They ain't gonna blame Ben Stiller and his feminine behavior. They ain't gonna blame Mamdani. They're gonna say it's Donald Trump. And I love how Donald Trump dealt with Stephen A. Smith. He said he's a nice guy. He needs more aptitude to be a president. Like I love that he said that because clearly Stephen A. goes whichever way the wind blows. Okay, whichever way the wind blows. So no one takes this man seriously. And him trying to say if Donald Trump shows up, I'm blaming the whole GOP, bruh. Don't nobody care because you listen. Just admit that you're a liberal. I know you try to act like you got common sense here and there, but you're really a Democrat. Just say
he absolutely is.
Be who you are. You stay lying, trying to act like no. We know who you are, and you can try to fake the funk to try and get more audience from the right, but we know the truth. We actually see the truth. So. At the end of the day, Knicks, it's okay. It's just one game. You dust yourself off.
That's right.
And then you get back up and then you bring it home.
Amen.
For your girl. Because I've been holding you down. I've been holding you down.
Even just like that woman that we saw with the twist off Boone's Farm, when she said at the end of the day, I'm going with my own. That's Stephen A. It's not that Stephen A. doesn't have common sense and he can see things, but at the end of the day, like he said, if it was my kid and my back up against the wall, better yours than mine. That is Stephen A. Stephen A. is always going to side with the race, with the race idolaters, because that's the group he does not want to be expelled from. He would love to be able to associate with conservatives and all. You see, that's why he keeps having them on the show, and it's profitable to do so. But he's not stupid, so he knows that. He knows the wind is blowing this way, and so he wants to ingratiate himself. But every time his back is up against the wall, he goes right back there and pulls the lever.
Because he's scared of being called, you know.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, did y'all saw how he looked after Kevin Hart went after him, at the roast, that
Like a
he
dog.
looked like somebody kicked his puppy.
Yeah, it did.
He's like,
did.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you mean to tell me I'm no longer invited to the cookout? Really? He was very, very sad.
And you
Very
know what's
sad.
crazy? That even Whoopi Whoopi, who don't ever call Trump's name, had to admit
She even
Trump
defended him.
is a
Yeah.
Knicks fan. Like so again,
Oh,
back to the
goodness.
previous statement, that's how we have to question Hakeem Jeffries' real validity of him being a Knicks fan. Because as much as Whoopi can't stand Trump, she had to say Trump is a Knicks fan.
You know what though? I think that's a facade too.
It
Had a
is.
moment of
deep
sanity.
I
down
think
inside,
Whoopi and Trump. Whoopi
they-
likes Trump.
Yes, I think
She
she
does.
loves that
Of course
dude.
she does. She does.
I think
She
that is a
just
facade.
can't.
She makes $10 million a year to act this way.
That's right. I don't
Yeah,
doubt that
and
at all.
she can't say anything. She can't say
No.
anything because I mean, Whoopi is like outside of what Barbara. She's like the next big thing on that show because everybody else you can do without.
Yes.
Who's Sunny.
Yes.
But I will say this: Hakeem Jeffries comes from that light skinned generation where that's just real clear. You know, I can tell it. He comes from that light skinned generation. Okay, he gets up there with that Cameron hat. Okay, and I'm just saying, there's nothing to me that gives hardcore about Brooklyn Hakeem. Okay, absolutely nothing. He gives more DeBarge than anything. And so when I look at what he's saying, right, it's all in a sense to seem like he's actually doing something hardcore. He's actually doing something aggressive, maybe even progressive. But Hakeem Jeffries absolutely doesn't even give Democratic values. He doesn't even give Democratic values. I never hear him really talk. He absolutely just repeats points, and that's it. There's absolutely nothing I can point to as far as his legislation, right? Like I'm trying to figure out how he got there. He doesn't talk really honestly and truly. He doesn't really talk any progressive values. He doesn't even really talk about democratic values. He just talks. He just gives points. I've never seen him actually talk about legislation or something that's from the area district where he is, something from New York. There's nothing that he said. I don't like Mondami, but I can point to something. I don't like Pelosi. There's so many people I can point to and say, okay, yeah, that's what they believe. What can you say about Hakeem Jeffries?
They made him
absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's just there. He's just there. And so I think he should be ignored. And my last point is Stephen A. Stephen A. got to do what his hairline does, and that's take a seat back. Because he does not, if he does not, I'm going to tell you, he's going to risk losing the little bit of conservative audience that he has. Okay. It's one thing to make little jokes. Oh, the GOP, blah, 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 blah. But he goes back and forth too much. And when you do that, you not only lose the group that you're trying to get, you end up losing the group that you got.
Thank you.
Trying to appease people that don't actually care about you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Minister Downs. We'll give you the last word. We'll keep it moving.
Hey, listen, I don't have nothing to say about that. I thought that the words spoke for themselves. Hakeem is a mental case, and he needs to be committed to the hospital someplace where they can deal with his condition because he's really in bad shape. Trump had a right to be where he was at. I'm glad he was there. I wish they had won. What would they have said then? And when they do win, what they're going to say?
Yeah, exactly. Read a couple super chats. Keep it moving. Shout out to Opposing Countess. $2 super chat says, "Go Spurs." Sorry, Crystal. I need to get that. I need to get that meme of that clip of what's his name? Shannon Sharp. Lakers in 5. I need to get that. I need to do that. I need to get that. Lakers in 5. Teddy Marcel, $2 super chat says, "Hakeem is an unseasoned zestier Obama." Good Lord. Unseasoned? Zestier?
Look.
Teddy, what? Can you be unseasoned and zesty at the same time?
Well, the Democrats are a contradiction, aren't they?
Yes, Teddy hit the nail on the head. Yes, Teddy.
Yeah, it's called Don Lemon.
That part.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to Steve Edmister coming through. $5 super chat says, not only are Democrats off their rocker, someone took their rocker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Teddy. $2 super chat says, Crystal, save some of those Obama names for Governor Moore.
I mean, yeah, you're right about that.
More money. That's what he is.
Take more money. That's what he is. Take more of your money. Shout out to Jamodi, $2 super chat. Minister Danzel had a fro and played with Dr. J in the 70s.
I believe it. I believe it. Yes.
You trying to say he played for the ABA back in the day?
Come on.
I thought I saw you in that daggone, in that ABA documentary they put out not too long ago, which is actually pretty good. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it, but that was an excellent show. That was excellent. I was like, man, I was like, I learned something watching that. I learned something.
Listen, Minister didn't have to watch it. He was in it.
I was in it.
He directed it. Okay, he showed them how to move. Okay, Minister all up in there. You gotta
Tiny Archibald was my mentor. Willie Worsley's best friend.
See,
that's a fact.
I told you.
Fact.
Oh, shout out to Jamodi with the $2 super chat says Knicks got MJ and Bull syndrome. Sorry, Crystal. LOL.
I mean, I agree with you. And you know what? Listen, I'm thankful for the MAGA people that were in there because all we do is win. So hopefully the TDS, the win that we do will tire out the TDS syndrome and they can actually pull off a win at this point.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Alonzo Dunn coming through. $10 super chat says, morning, guys. Mika, I never agree with everything anyone says, and I don't agree with some of what's being said now. However, your show does more positive than negative to my community. Here's support. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, we don't expect everybody to agree 100% with us, and I'll feel you on that one, Alonzo. I don't agree with 100% of anybody. I mean, who does?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been married to my wife, and I love her dearly, but we don't agree on everything. You know, every now and again, we have to sit down and have a conversation about things.
Come on.
Every now and again, it doesn't happen that often, but every now and again.
Yeah, that's what makes you an individual. But
Exactly.
you should, but that's what makes things go better because not one person knows everything.
I mean, for real, because Wise thought I should give up my Knicks fan and join these Atlanta teams. Like, come on now. Who agrees to that? Crazy?
No, hold your own. Okay, I'm over here as a Redskin fan. They started as the Redskins.
No, hey, I'm with you on that. Hey, Redskins. I will say this. 2 years ago, I'd never seen more people out with Redskin jerseys on, and I lived up in Maryland for 15 years. 2 years ago, that was the first. I was like, where all these Redskins fans popped out from? Like, where are they at? They didn't have the Commander jersey though. They had the Redskin jersey. They brought out the old school jerseys from back in the day. Yep. I was like, so y'all had to dust them off, huh? Because they've been terrible for decades.
I've never seen them win, and probably won't ever see them win. But
but you a true fan, and that's
hey, I tell you what. Man, folks broke out them daggone old school jerseys from back in the day. I seen somebody with a Doug Williams jersey on. I'm like, golly, man.
Now the oldest jersey I got now is probably RG now. That's the oldest one I got.
Okay.
Yeah, I got an RG because they did my boy wrong. They did my boy
back in the
wrong.
day.
Listen, Mama call them Redskins. I'm calling
them Redskins.
No, it's still Redskins. Still Redskins to me as well. Shout out to Quincy James coming through. $5 super chat says the fans booed the national anthem. Now the Knicks are cursed. They will lose every game now.
Actually, Quincy, they didn't boo. There was some bad actors, but if you actually heard, they were cheering, and then people started chanting.
They did start chanting USA. I did see that.
Yeah.
It was mixed, but I think they only focused on the initial because the initial was like a boo, and then it got overran with people countering,
and then started yelling USA, which I was like, y'all show them, y'all don't own here, we own it.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Shout out to Teddy coming through. $2 super chat says Hakeem being the Knicks fan is hot sauce Hillary 2.0.
Thank you, Teddy. That part.
Teddy, you a fool with it, man.
How can you say is it working?
Right? Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia C's coming through. $5 super chat says, God bless you all. Crystal, that color is perfect on you. Lovely.
Amen.
Thank
Beautiful. Yeah.
you, Alicia.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, during football season, I'm gonna need to see you with some red and black on during football season, representing for them Falcons. Let's go
Come
down.
on.
Oh God.
I don't remember that being the color of the Giants, but okay.
Shout out to Sheila Ford, $5 super chat says, in other news wise, I have joined the Egyptian cotton bougie train. You were
Yeah.
right. See, hey,
All right,
hey,
so
I'm trying to tell you.
he said
Once
he was
you
a
go,
trendsetter.
once you go, it's hard to go back, man. It's hard. It's hard,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Shout out to Eric Romine, $2 super chat says, Danzel's Rolodex is on point. He knows a guy.
That's
I know a guy who knows a guy. I like that.
exactly.
Thank you, Eric. Shout out to Dion. Appreciate you. Been a member for 7 months. Like they say, if you agree with anyone 100%, one of you is unnecessary.
That part. Yes.
I love that, Dion.
Yes.
Shout out to
cool.
you. That was good. No,
That
you're
was-
absolutely right there. And thank you for being a member of the channel for 7 months. That is awesome, man. Appreciate you, sister. Appreciate you. We'll be right back with Minister's Mind Trust.
Thank you, Brother Wise, and welcome to the Minister Mind Trust. It seems like every month of our calendar has been allocated to celebrating some cause or event or group. And somehow the month of June has been secured by the alphabet community. So we are expected to participate in a month-long observance of dedicated to the celebration of the alphabet community pride, commemorating our contributions or their contributions to the United States. Pride Month is, as observed in June, coincides with the anniversary of the 1969 Stonewall riots, a series of gay liberation protests, the history of which has been shamefully and thoroughly whitewashed beyond recognition by that group and their supporters. I personally will not be celebrating that cause this month, nor should any Bible-believing Christian. A Christian, or as Christians, while we must respect and love all people, we are not required to affirm and certainly not celebrate or violate God's law and prohibit clearly established in his word, the Bible, are found in the following Bible verses: Genesis 19, Leviticus 18:22, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 9 through 10, 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 10, and Romans chapter 1, verse 18 through 36. However, in spite of God's clearly expressed forbidding of such practices, there are many who have dedicated or decided to defy God's word to their own eternal jeopardy. And worse, there are some who claim to be Christians who are supporting their decision. Because of this, during this month, Christians should make sure that we are sufficiently equipped with the knowledge of God's word to minister to all who suffer from such delusions of justified sin. A family member of mine who was a part of the community sent his Christian mother a video he had watched by Pastor Dewey Smith as proof that his practice was okay with God. Dewey's message, entitled Blessings in Disguise, contained a segment where he proclaimed you can't evangelize and antagonize at the same time. And I agree. But in his message, he basically parroted old and quite thoroughly refuted LGBT plus activist arguments. I objected to that delivery and that message, and I strongly disagree with most of his argument. He was so focused on supporting that group that he did not think that it was necessary to be balanced and accurate in his delivery. So I provided a full response to Pastor Dewey in my article entitled Pastor Dewey Smith, a Sad Commentary on Christian Preachers. Some of you may be thinking, but what about using unflattering or harsh terms to describe them? Doesn't Peter say in the Bible that we are to answer them with gentleness and respect? Indeed, he does. In 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 15 through 16. And we should then answer, when answering their questions and refuting their faulty arguments, in their presence. But answering them in a conversation is not the same thing as talking about them and the nature of their behavior. We as biblical Christians must never allow those who oppose God and his word to define our language or how we express ourselves when addressing their activity, except, of course, when trying to avoid the social media censors. And for the record, that same Peter who taught believers to answer with gentleness and respect, in his second epistle, in the second chapter, he refers to the ungodly people as, well, you can read it for yourself. In order for us to accurately describe the sin, its current consequences, and the eternal danger it will eventually lead to, we must not avoid using terms that God has applied to that sin. I have written over 15 articles addressing their manipulative tactics, and I encourage you to read them and respond to them. Don't let the stolen rainbow, the high-octane activity, and positive words fool you. In Proverbs chapter 8, verse 13, God says, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, arrogance, the evil way, and perverse talk do I hate. In Proverbs 16, verse 18, we are warned that pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. There are many souls that are at stake, and if we are going to reach them with the gospel of Jesus Christ, we must be direct, accurate, and honest. In fact, we cannot be loving without being accurate and direct and honest. So while they are promoting their and celebrating their rebellion, which they have a right to do, let us who love the Lord Jesus Christ be prepared to inform them with the truth, and let us be careful to do so in love. Thanks for listening to the Minister Mind Trust. Back to you, Brother Wise.
All right, welcome back. All right. Appreciate that, Minister Danzel. Thank you very much.
Amen.
All righty. Shout out to Rosa Jones coming through with the $2 super sticker. Appreciate you, Miss Rosa. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Let me keep it moving. I want to play this clip from, I think this is the Paul Pierce podcast. And I wanted to hear from the ladies, on this and why. I want to know why this is a thing. She talks about, how women are looking for men with quote unquote, I guess, nice jobs. I'm not really sure exactly what that means as far as a nice job, but I want to play this clip and I want to get your thoughts.
You know how people are outside and they ask women like questions or whatever, just walking past. So they've been asking this question and they asked a woman on the podcast recently, would you rather be a side chick to a athlete, like a current athlete, or would you rather be married to a plumber? And so she answered like, that's really hard. And Tony Baker responded to it as like, shut the hell up. He's like, I'm so sick of these conversations. Like, why is that even hard to answer, right? Like, you would rather be a side chick to Stephon Diggs than be a married to a plumber who can actually have a successful plumbing. Plumbers make money. I hope y'all know that. Plumbers can have it's not an attractive job, but there's a thing now where women are like, I only want a man with an attractive job.
Yeah.
Like construction, man, they make bank. Longshoremen's like they make money. Like they're making like a cool amount to really be able to put you up, get you somewhere cracking. But women are like, I only want attractive jobs now, which are what? I guess athletes, actors, musicians, entertainment, sports and entertainment. And the people rather be a side chick than married to a man who has a successful business. That's not an attractive job. That blows me. That blows me. I don't give a damn if a man was changing lights and he was making cool money and he had me sitting right. Because you know what? A lot of women get with these men and they don't even take care of them financially. You just like the idea that they have money and the man ain't even doing shit for you. Period. You just like the idea of, oh, I'm with this man. Oh, I'm messing with this person. You just like that idea, but you don't even be getting nothing. But this plumber man could be building you a whole life, build you a house, have you a whole house, cars, everything good, really taking care of you and respecting you like you're his wife.
What's happened to society where women don't want hardworking, honest men anymore? Like, what the heck is going on?
Talk to us, ladies.
Talk to us, ladies, please. Crystal, we'll give you the first word.
Please go to Crystal.
That is a testament to the values and the self-esteem a woman has in her right there. Because if you would rather be a side chick to an athlete, that tells me what kind of gutter thought bucket rat you are. Okay. Gutter bunny thought bucket rat, that you would rather be a side chick to an athlete than to have your own husband. And see, that's the problem with women nowadays. They first of all, they want other people's stuff. They don't want their own. Let's start off with that. They want other people's stuff. That's the first and foremost. Secondly, the fact that they want to be, again, this is their self-esteem. This is how they see themselves. They have no confidence. They would rather be someone that you are the dirty little secret than to be taken by me. This is my husband. He chose me. I chose him, and we are together. And all about a job. That tells me how delusional y'all are. And I'm not going to explain to you how well the tradespeople do. I'm mad that girl told you, because I am still shopping for my husband. So therefore, I don't need y'all dipping and dabbling in my little pool, because I prefer the men to know how to work, the men that know how to use their hands, the men
lift cows,
that know how to lift cows, fix a house, they know how to fix a car. They know if there is an issue in the house, baby, I'm coming to fix the plumbing. Thank you, baby. I prefer that than some athlete running around. See, that tells me that you've never dated a man in that caliber. When you've dated a man of that caliber, then you understand a lot of times you end up being an accessory to the man. That man, I love the fact that when I was growing up, my mom and my dad and my grandparents, they told me something. They said, Crystal, it doesn't matter if the man is Black, white, Hispanic, Asian. Doesn't matter if the man is rich or poor. What I want to know is if the man loves the Lord God with all his heart. That is what I want to know. And then I want to know how he treats you.
Amen.
That is what's most important. Too many women have made made this relationship a transaction. And the fact that you are I was about to say something. Lord Jesus, thank you, because I might have gotten Wise's live in trouble. When you made your pocketbook, it has like and y'all know what I mean by pocketbook. I'm not talking about the purse. When you made that pocketbook have a dollar amount attached to it, that tells me everything that I need to know about you. Because you made that you put a dollar amount on that. You said you need to be making a cool 3 million or 10 million. You need to be an athlete so that you can access this pocketbook. And that is disgusting. That tells me again that you are a thought bucket trash bunny. That's what that tells me. And I just pray that and again, that's why we're going to start having these conversations. Young girls learn better, because these poor young girls, these are what they're seeing. That's why I, as a mother to a son, have been so vicious when it comes to women.
Talk about it.
Because I'm not playing with you when it comes to my son. Okay. If you not come in with common sense and you are able to do ABC, or you don't know what it is to be a woman, a wife, and all of that, you cannot get near my son. Don't come and bring your looks. Your looks mean nothing. I'm telling you that right now. Your looks mean nothing, because your looks will fade. I need to know. Do you know how to boil a pot of water? Okay. You know how to boil some water. You know how to make some eggs. You know how to make some rice. You know how to cook some chicken, huh? How do you treat your mama and your siblings? I need to know that. I don't want to know that you a baddie. I don't want to know if you tell me you a hot girl, city girl. If I go on your Instagram or your TikTok and I say you a baddie, a hot girl, a city girl, or one of them things, I'm telling my son, no. Not bringing no thought buckets up in his. So let's already know. I had this conversation before. I don't be bringing no thought buckets in my family. The entire family will run you right about that. This family,
and you know she likes to throw hands.
Exactly,
and hit throats.
You will be out.
You know she will.
And punch throats.
Oh my goodness!
You will not be accepted. So I'm just saying right now, women do better because I'm telling y'all have lost the plot. Y'all are a failure. This feminist movement, this toxic femininity has destroyed women completely. Y'all went from being the epitome of a man's dreams and goals to get a beautiful wife and family to y'all are the trash that's on the street. That is how you have carried yourself. I don't even have to work for you anymore. I watched a man last night say that, dating in 2026 isn't hard. I mean, he said it's not the dating. He said, because if I need it, and this is the language he used, so I'm going to be careful. He said, if you need a F buddy, a friends with benefits, if you need any of those things, it's easy to find when it comes to women. When you want a solid woman that knows how to be a wife, that is the finding.
That's the challenge
right there. That is the hard part. You cannot find that. And y'all, that is a problem because all of the women have decided they were going to embrace that toxic femininity, that toxic feminism. Y'all decided y'all were going to remove yourself from being what God created you to be. And this is what I'm going to end on. God made women the helpmates. The Hebrew word for that is ezer. Ezer means that he used that same word when he was saying that he was there to help Israel when Israel was going through whatever Israel was going through. So if God says women are the same thing, you're the light image bearer. You are like God. The same word he used to describe how he is a helper to Israel. He said that is woman as a helpmate. You allowed society, Satan, culture, this toxic femininity to destroy the strength that God gave you. And now you're just a thought bucket trash rat.
God.
Tell us how you really feel. Seriously. Tell us how you really feel.
I don't play when it comes to my son.
No, I understand where you're coming from. And I think that we need, we need some of the mothers. Unfortunately, I think the mothers in the church and some of the quote unquote mothers in community in general don't necessarily understand that they are that. And because I think a lot of them are trying to compete with some of the younger girls instead of giving them sound information. But we need them to come back and start giving solid information of, some of the poor decisions that they've made to put them in the situation that they're in. But also, hey, this is what you should be looking for, in a young man.
Come on.
My parents have been married for a very long time at this point, 30, 40 years, I guess, somewhere in that range. They've been married for a long time at this point. And my pops was a trucker. My mom's college educated. And not one time have I ever heard my mom say, I got a college degree and you don't. And that makes me better than. I'd never heard that before. I'd never heard that. My grandfather and my grandmother was married for a very long time. He had a 5th grade education, worked with his hands, could fix just about anything. And if there was ever a problem at the crib, he could handle it. And I never heard her throw her degree, in his face either. I never heard that because, the roles that they played, were completely different.
Yeah.
I don't know where we lost the plot on just a good person that has an honest job and makes an honest living that y'all can get together and build. I don't know what happened. Like where did that go? It just seems like 20 years ago, we didn't have these types of conversations. I remember when, let's say 20 years ago, that would have put me in my mid-20s. Okay. I don't recall meeting women and them expecting me to make $300,000 a year, at 23, 24.
We weren't
I didn't have no money. They didn't have no money. We just didn't have money together. We try to figure it out.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know what happened. Mika, I'll give you the next word, but I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, it's women nowadays they don't have the discernment to know potential. Right. And a lot of women will say, well, I can't live off potential. I can't do this and this. Yes, you can. The difference is what they're doing is they're waiting till they're 95 to go out and look for someone. And by then you have all this stuff. So now you need someone to continue with your stuff because naturally a woman's nature kicks in and she doesn't want to work like a man. She doesn't want to be a workhorse, right? All of that feminism that they sold you, it eventually runs out and you're going to be like, I want to be in my soft era, right? So that's their problem. The thing about it is if you start at the beginning when you don't have this baggage, when you're in your soft era, because when little girls are coming out of high school, they don't have that look yet. Even if they've seen certain things in their household, they don't have that negative output yet.
Correct.
And so if you're taught discernment on how to pick potential mates, you don't have to worry about that, right? And I people that know me, I tell them the story all the time. My family was already wealthy. When I met my husband, he didn't have anything. And I could have just went back with my family, right? But I knew the potential of a certain type of man and a certain type of mindset. So I knew where it was going. I didn't have to work then and I don't have to work now because I knew that type of man. Because I've been able to identify it from my childhood, from my father, my grandfather. And when girls don't have that, they can't identify it, which allows them to get out here and make all the mistakes in the world, right? And when you can't identify it, you don't know it until you actually see it. And then once you see it, it's too late. This man is already at the finish line. Well, why would he pick you? Because now the woman at the finish line that he deserves, because they like to say, I deserve. So the woman that he deserves, right, don't look like you. It don't look like a woman, that's been ran through by everybody. And you don't even keep it a secret, right? Like at least back in the day, they used to keep it a secret, like mind your business. No, we tell everybody.
That part.
So now he knows that, his friends know that. Why would he pick you? Right? You got all of this emotional baggage when he goes somewhere, when he got to do business. Now, well, what you doing? Why you have nothing to do? You don't know anything about the business that he's in. You don't know how to help. You don't know how to actually be there. So when it comes down to it, you fail at being able to pick this type of man. So me personally, that's that. And then to this last point of the attractive job. The most attractive job is a job that brings in money.
I know that's right.
Okay. I don't care if it's a suit or if he's down in the sewer. Does he bring in money? Does he provide? Does he get up in the middle of the night when you hear something go bump? Do you have a roof over your head? Do your kids know who he is? Then absolutely that is a man that's provided and he has an attractive job. But for some reason, a lot of these girls are being taught that the glamorous job is the man that you want because they want to be seen. Their moms are telling them to be seen. When they don't know how to actually get a man without being seen. They don't know how to not be in the front. Everything about them has to be in the front. And when you operate off of that, a man is never going to pick you.
That's right.
Because he does not need a woman to lead him. He does not need a woman who wants to compete with him and outshine him. Therefore, you're always going to be beside you.
That part.
Well, I think a lot of these women aren't qualified for the quote unquote man that they say they want. They don't know how to conduct themselves in certain environments.
Oh,
They
when
don't
we would go to,
They can't even read.
Yeah, you know, so could you imagine bringing one of these uncouth women to the company, you know, to the company party or to the, you know, whatever little company, you know, retreat or whatever, and everybody's bringing their wives and or whatever the case may be, and this hood rat,
It'd
you
be
know,
like
can't
Megan Thee
even,
Stallion at that
Maybe
party.
Sally, thank
Was
you.
she
I
at?
was just about to say,
yeah,
yes.
like no,
I
like
ain't your
no,
boo.
What
no,
was she doing, Mika? Hidey. You were like,
You
Yeah,
my
and I'm
boo.
like, if you're wondering why she didn't get picked, it wasn't all that stuff that she does. He is simp. He don't care about none of that. It was that moment right there. He was
yeah,
like, she is unhinged.
and
yeah,
all his friends was looking like,
like really.
bring her here.
Well, but that's also the thing, you know, when your mama look at you like, nah, good time, not a long time. Don't bring that heifer to my house.
She couldn't even act like a chameleon.
Nope.
No, couldn't. Go ahead, Celeste.
This is perfect because I actually did a video on this, which I posted for today,
Cool.
about a woman who canceled her wedding because of a dispute she had with the groom's mother. And it was very much around this issue. I will say this. I still see this as a clash of class. Now, the reason women, to answer your question wise, want a man with so-called attractive jobs is because they want access to a lifestyle that their values and their skills cannot garner them. So if you are a woman, and especially if you're an attractive woman, but you have a poor value system and you have not developed any skill other than your looks, of course you are going to try and see what your looks can buy you. That's your your asset. And you are trying to use them to get access to a lifestyle that, but for this man, you could not get. That's what makes the job attractive. And that's why the athlete and these other people are so coveted, because while the plumber can give you a life and probably a better life, and married to that plumber, not only is it a life, it's a life that you actually own a piece of. You are a wife, you all are a family. This is actually something you have a stake in. It's not just something somebody else has that you hope they'll share with you. You have a stake in this, but that's not access to a life that your values and your skill cannot get you, would not be able to garner you. That's what these women are seeking. And I think the woman who said, oh, that's hard, listen, she was a side chick anyway. Listen, she didn't become a side chick because of this dilemma. Okay, that's not if you meet her, she's with the guy down the street who has nothing, and she's still his side chick. Because I mean, the 304 is a 304. I mean, they just are who they are. The problem I see, and why this is such a concern, is two things. It illustrates two things. Number one, the problem is men can't tell the difference. And I am going to hang up a shingle, and I am willing to do for men what they cannot do for themselves. Fellas, I'm here for you. I will screen these women for, if you have a perspective that you want to find, just send to me. It won't take but 5 minutes
Sounds
to
like a
have a
business.
conversation, and I can just let you know who she is and where she is. And you could do it too, because 90%, well, I shouldn't say 85% of who she is and what she is based on her family, if you know how to read that. So that's number one. And the second thing that it illustrates is sort of what Mika's saying, which is women should not be picking men. I don't think that women have the capacity and the facility to pick a male mate. We don't know men. We don't understand men. They speak a completely different language. We don't, especially young women. We don't know nothing about a man. What women need is a father, ideally, or some man who's has a stake in your happiness. Not a friend, not somebody whose life is not going to feel as complete if you are not safe and happy. Whoever that man is in your life. So all these people saying I have a surrogate, let's understand what you need. If you're going to try and replace a father, let's find out what a father is. That is a man whose life is not going to go well if your happiness and your safety isn't secured. Okay? Someone has to love you that much. If you have a man, an uncle, brother, something in your life who can love you that much, that is the person that if some man wants to take you to dinner, God forbid Ruth Chris, but if he wants to take you somewhere to dinner or to his church or wherever it is that people are dating nowadays, the sidewalk, I don't know what y'all are doing, but if they wanted to, you tell him, go, here's so-and-so's number, you call him. And let me tell you what that will do. That is number one, going to put that man on notice. Don't even answer whether or not you can go. You say, I'm going to let him decide. I need you to call him. If he's willing to call your surrogate and actually express his desire and intention, this might be somebody, regardless of his pay, worth going to. But this idea that women can be out here making their own lifetime mate relationship decisions, we have had since 1960 free love. We are in our 70th year of the failure of that. As a society, we have to give that up. We have to give up two things, and we might be able to turn family formation around. Number one is men do not get unsupervised access to women. They do not deserve it, and they should not have it. And anytime you ever give it to them, they folly with it. There's never, nothing good happens when when a man with no demands gets unsupervised access to anything he wants. Nothing good happens in that scenario. So that, and women have to stop believing that they can make a decision about who they should mate with. If we could get rid of those two things, we might be able to turn this very sad situation around, reclaim our families, which will allow us to reclaim our communities, and we can reclaim our country.
Celeste, that's how you also protect your boys.
Yes.
Because they hate this word, but boys are going to be boys. If he can't get what he wants, then that whole baby mama thing, all that, none of that stuff happens. Right? It will, but it won't happen at such a high rate. If the girls just say no.
Well, we need the women to listen, because I know this for a fact. There's, I don't want to call anybody out, but people in my family that have been told by family members that, hey, this dude ain't it. He ain't the one. He is not it. You need women to listen. They need listen to people that actually have your best interest. They're not hating on you and they don't want your man. They're just telling you this guy ain't it. Because sometimes, your friends, your family, they'll see things that you won't see because you googly eyed in love thinking this dude is cute.
Absolutely.
And you will ignore, you will see the red flags and ignore the red flags because
and get knocked up by them.
Yeah, because exactly. And then when the dude turns out to not be what everybody else knew that he wasn't, and you're like, why didn't anybody tell me what we did? You ignored us because you're grown and you're gonna do what you want to do.
Well, you can't. This is part of the problem. You can't raise these women to say, well, you can go out and work and conquer the world, but you know what I mean? Like the whole thing with women from jump has to change. You have to start raising these girls.
No, you're right.
To understand a couple of things. You're right. When you are googly eyed, you cannot make a decision. No. You may want to think of that as the same way as what happens to your brain when you're drunk. When you are drunk, it is not a good time to make a decision. Same thing if you are all in love with some, you can't see them clearly. You simply cannot. The people who don't love him, oh, they see him. Now, here's the thing. You have to be that way, because why would you even bother to marry at all or care at all if you weren't googly-eyed? If you could see him clearly, you wouldn't want him.
And that's why most of the women don't want
Right.
these men. That's
right.
what I'm saying. That's why
If
it's
you
got to
can
happen that
see
way.
him, you don't want him. The fact is, the one you want, if you can't, it's necessary. But so a woman has to be in that situation for anything to advance forward. However, like you said, she has got to know you are in a state of drunkenness. You can't make a decision. Somebody has to be able to assist you. It's the same way when you're drunk and your friend grabs you and walks you to the car. Yes, keep the buddy system. Somebody has to assist you.
Somebody's got to save you from you.
Yes,
Seriously.
you can't do it.
But women won't do this for each other, though.
No, they won't.
Even when they even when they do get in trouble, right? There's no woman that has been in that situation that comes up and says, "Okay, I've done this. Let me tell you, you don't want this. Okay, you don't want the baby daddy or this and that," because for some reason, and this is what I was saying, kind of about the Carmelo Anthony thing, right? When something has gone wrong, right? You take accountability for it, and move on, right? But they don't want to take the accountability because they don't want the shame. They don't want this. They don't want to acknowledge it. So they can't take accountability for it. So they don't put that to you either. And so now you just have somebody repeating the cycle because nobody wants to say, okay, maybe what I did wasn't the best. I'm going to make the best of it. But let me tell you how to avoid where I'm at, right?
So, I just want to say this, Mika. That's why I actually started my YouTube channel, because I wanted women to know the many mistakes that I made, because God was like, that is your testimony now. You failed the test over and over and over and over again. So I have a whole playlist called of what I did wrong with when I got involved with a narcissist, because a lot of women will blame the man. Nah, it was me. And I can take accountability for my actions. And that's honestly why I said I started shifting now more to content to talk about that too, because I exactly what you said. There's a lot of women who have no idea. I have a friend of mine who married rich. She married very rich.
Amen.
And she said, no one knows what I have to do to have access to this money. And that was a very sobering thing for her to say, because she said people want this lifestyle, but they don't know what I have to put up with to live this lifestyle. So that, again, the ladies, Brother Wise, no, he said he gonna produce the show, right, Brother Wise? That I'm gonna be talking more to women because y'all crazy.
Yeah, because they don't want it. They don't want it at the beginning or the end. If I say something, oh, you'll pick me. If Crystal goes say something, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You doing fine, so why can't I do?
Crystal, don't forget me when the
Oh
show
no,
comes.
Celeste, you are booked. So
good.
You're on the panel of the discussion. Brother Wise already know. He said and Brother Wise, thank you, because he was the one who said, when I told him, I said, yeah, I have this second channel, I want to do this. And he said, Crystal, he said, well, I'll help produce it. I said, thank you, because I need that, because I think we really do need to talk to women. We have to
have a revival.
Yeah.
No, they don't want no parts of Celeste.
And I'll tell you
So
this.
let's go tell it.
Well, it's unpopular. It's unpopular because it goes against everything the feminists and the effeminization of society has done. We have ruined women. We really have. And it's unfortunate because women are wonderful and they have a wonderful role to play in this society, but they cannot do it because, and the same thing with men, everybody is an upside down world and they're wondering why nothing works out for you. It's not going to work out the way we're doing it.
No.
I agree, but I think that feminism had a lot of help from Black TV programming. It had a lot of help from gangster rap and rap music and reality shows. I don't think that we think about often how long-term effect those things had, because some of those people, when those programs and things started coming out, they're now grown now. And all of that stuff is still in them, and they're teaching they taught their children how to act that way and how to think that way. And that mentality is ingrained in a lot of our Black brothers and sisters, and they don't even recognize it. It's so normal to them. It's not even recognizing it as an issue because that's their norm.
Exactly.
I can't tell every time I walk down the street, I listen to the way they talk to each other. You can tell it's like it's a part of their character. I often talk about on my 1 Corinthians 15:30, where Paul says, "Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners." And these people are this mentality is ingrained in them. And by the way, my hood brothers and sisters, boo meant coming from something scary. And they developed a vernacular. That's my boo. Yeah, you boo, you scary. It's scary. So my point is that this is ingrained in them, and that has to be untaught. That has to be untaught. That's not going to happen overnight.
No, Minister Dan, you're absolutely right. And you got a lot of young men out there that nowadays, especially, that they're looking for wives. You have men in general that are looking for wives, and you have a lot of women here, out in the West and women here in our country that are upset that men are deciding that, hey, I'm in the dating market, I'm not finding what I'm wanting. So this whole passport bro thing kind of kicked off, and guys are traveling here and there trying to find, a suitable woman that will just get on the team and actually be feminine. And you have a lot of women out there upset that men are doing this, so much so that they're following them to these places.
Well, they're upset, but they won't change.
So I'm exactly.
Not sure how upset they really are.
Exactly.
They're not making the changes. And now, in their defense, I will say this: part of the reason they're not making the changes is because we don't understand. I said this on my channel a couple weeks ago. I want somebody to tell me what being a masculine woman is. I've never heard it defined.
The alpha woman thing.
Some people and being masculine just means you work.
You talking about the alpha woman or just masculine women?
They talk about masculine women. I want to know what a masculine woman is. So a lot of reasons why women can't change is because women don't understand what you all are talking about.
No, they don't. And they don't want to, I don't think they want to understand either.
No, well, I do. I want to know exactly. I'm into words. I like to know exactly what they mean.
They making up stuff, Celeste. Come on now. They be
a lot of them think that they go over to, the DR or other places. And they think it's all about being destitute. Right. And I tell people all the time, in every other culture, family is important.
Yes.
So no matter if they have money or they're destitute, they put family first. That's why the women are feminine. It has nothing to do with they don't have any money, but that's what they think. They think they go over there and they say, oh, you could take advantage of those women. And I can tell you right now, no. Just because the woman doesn't have anybody, no. You can find any kind of woman anywhere. There you go.
Well, more times than not, that is
money,
the
but
case.
she's got a father, and he will know how to evaluate the offer.
Absolutely. I mean, when I tell you, my husband had to, he had to go through everybody, and it was the funniest thing because he figured such, okay, cool. But now he's going into a different dynamic to where not only is there, different values he's used to, there's different standards, different thought processes. And it was actually a little bit hard on my husband because he never had to do it. He never had to talk to anybody. He never had to ask for permission for anything. He never had to do any of this stuff. So even he had to process it. So this is how hard it becomes for men with feminism. It don't just affect women. It affects the boys too. Because they never had to do this.
But I think, Mika, the interesting thing is listening to you and Celeste. The one thing I ran into with some men, and again, maybe because it's my culture, exactly what you said. We are big on family. So a lot of men were very intimidated by the strength of my family. So they were just like, your family, y'all are too close. You have such a close bond with your family.
That's a red flag right there.
Exactly. At first I used to be like, well, I felt bad. I was like, is it me? But then I thought about it, I was like, hold on, what do you have a problem with my family? Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
That
Why
you don't know.
is that it can be a red flag, but is that also the teachings of what feminism has gotten
That's
to
the
these men?
intent.
And
Yep.
and that's why I stated the story, because my husband at the time had never seen it, right? Like he he's older than me, so he's already gone through, talking to different women, and he's never had to do it.
So DeAndre Wickfield did an interview that I watched this week, and he was saying that he's raising his son under the same standard that he's raising his daughter. So when his son came to him and said there was a young woman he wanted to date, he said, first of all, you're going to have to do what your sister did. The boy had to come here and speak to me. And he said, and you have to go and speak to that girl's father. He said, but when you go, I'm going with you. Because I am going to be validation of the family you came from.
Good
so
father.
Father knows not only does he get to speak to you, but there's going to be some clear expectations, and whatever they are, the father knows it. I'm going to know it, and you are backed up from the. I want him to know the character of the man you came from. So he said when his son went to date the young lady, he and the son went over to speak to the father and, I guess, state their intentions and ask their. I thought that, and I didn't, can't speak for everything else that DeAndre spoke about, but that I thought that is a very, very strong idea. And he said he did that because he did not have that in his
Amen.
father. So that's what he's doing with his son. So I really appreciate it. This man, I'm sorry. I know there's a lot on you, but y'all gonna have to fix this.
That's right. That's right.
There's a lot on you, but you gonna have to handle this because it's out of control. But like I said, I will screen for you. At least we can sift the 304s out. We can get that out the way, and then we can deal with the rest of the lot of women.
Amen. Can I say something about the masculine woman you asked about? I think there are two types. I know I've come across two types. And one is, of course, the lesbian that functions as a male part, who thinks that she's a man. Sad,
I know I didn't expect that. Did anybody else expect that?
Well, trust me, I've interviewed them. I've talked with them, and it's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's sad, but it's a real thing. But then there are also women who are not in that particular life, but they're women who have no respect for men, who think that they should be the ones calling the shots. And they are very vocal about that. I've seen them. I've experienced them. I've talked with them. I have some in my family. So they don't have any respect for the male person. They want to be the one that does the call the shots, and they don't realize how detrimental that is for a relationship, because they just think that they should have that right. And that's sad, but that's a masculine female.
I was actually going to send this to Brother Wise because it may not have enough time for that. My sister just sent me this video yesterday of a woman where the man asked the woman about your husband leading. She said, "Why would he do that?"
See, there you go.
He was like, what if he has good advice, he can help you, and why would he know better? And he was like, what if he can help you with your fitness and your health? Well, why would he know that? He was like, what if he has advice to help you with rolling back diabetes? You can't roll back diabetes. He knows nothing. Like the conversation,
condescension.
The conversation was so intense. You were just sitting down here and you're watching this woman, and she is literally saying that no man knows anything. So at this point,
then why marry him?
Exactly.
What kind of idiot are you to say I married a complete dummy?
Yeah,
I would never, even if I only cared about myself, I would be embarrassed of myself to say, yes, my husband's an absolute idiot.
But they thrive on that kind of control.
No, I think there are a good amount of women out there that on purpose choose men that are what they would consider below them for that control factor. For the ability to run things. Even if they run the family into the ground, they would prefer I run it into the ground than give up the reins to someone else. But that's also on the flip side of that. That's a lot of the reason why the men that are masculine, the men that, that really are earning the money, that are doing very well, they're not selecting those women. They're not choosing them. And to be honest with you, that's why a lot of these women that have all these degrees and, PhD, this, that, and the third, you have a lot of men that are that would be quote unquote work-wise, would be peers, but they're not selecting those types of women. They would take a woman that has absolutely nothing, no degree, no money, none of that
Well,
stuff.
yeah, but that's everywhere. You always have
but
the
that's what I'm
president of
saying.
the company
Absolutely.
wants his secretary. Men always want that.
Absolutely.
I mean, and
that's because we're looking for something different. We're not looking for a woman to come in and add value from a financial standpoint. We're looking for women to come in and add value in other ways.
Amen.
So here's where the problem lies in terms of the modern marriage. The modern marriage, or let's say the courtship, that makes sense. You have to have somebody who offers you some of the things that you need as a man.
Amen.
Where some of the disconnect comes in is the value that women have developed in themselves and they're proud of is not the value that you need. And that's the whole, I have a PhD. You know, I have personal feelings on education and PhD, which I've shared. But let's leave that aside for a second. But the fact is, let's say you've done something, you've accomplished something as a woman in your life that you're very proud of, whatever that may be. And especially if you've been able to monetize it and it brings you money. That is, although the man is not looking for you in that respect. The problem is he doesn't value about you the thing that you may most value about yourself. And that's a huge problem that we're going to have to wade through in this situation as we try to come back together.
Hey, can I add some for comedic value? All of us know about the Cosby Show. Remember the episode where one of Theo's friends had a girlfriend who just was dominant over his male friend, and would tell him she said he don't know what he wants to do. I'll tell you what he wants. Remember that? Yes. Very comedic, but it was true. There was some women who thrive on that, and some guys that submit to it.
I can't take men like that. Like if you are that weak and you can't tell me no, listen, I'm so serious. I want you to tell me no. And
thank you.
It just I don't know what it does to me, but it's like, woo, okay.
Because you don't want to hear it, but you know you need it, so you like, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. I love it.
That's because you're an intelligent woman.
But it does. But as a woman, it does something to, because I can tell you right now, if I can, and this goes for friend, co-worker, but if I can walk over you slowly, subconsciously, I will pull myself back, because I don't want to be that type of woman where I'm just taking advantage of you. But that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, because you have to as a man, you have to mean what you say and say what you mean. Once you don't want, because that's really all you have. Once you don't do that, she doesn't respect you. And most men don't do what they say and say what they mean, and means of trying to, be friendly with women. No, tell her no.
And to take advantage of women.
Yes.
And because most women's experience with men, because they have this unfettered access to women, most women experience with men is about men manipulating them to take advantage of them. Those are the facts. If you go,
I don't think you have to manipulate women in this day and age. You can be pretty upfront about what you are trying to do, and most women, they're either going to be with it or not.
No, they're not. They're not upfront. And I'll give it to you. I'll tell you why. Because when a man, let's say he knows he doesn't want anything but something physical with you. Okay. There are very few men who walk up to you, and this is what I mean, who look you in your face and say, I don't like you. I don't think you come from a good family. I would be embarrassed to take you to anything that was important or meant something to me, because I don't think there's much in you that's redeeming. However, I am willing to spend the night with you, because that's the one thing men don't say, but that's what women would need to keep.
But I think what Brother Wise is saying is,
some women that will,
especially here in Atlanta. I'm gonna say, especially here in Atlanta.
I'm gonna disagree with you, and Crystal's where she's going with this. She's right. nowadays men don't have to lie to they don't have to anymore.
So
you may have had to do that 30 years ago. But in this day and age, you could legitimately tell a chick that I ain't interested in you for any other reason to call you later tonight when I come from the club.
That's not no. Those aren't the same things. I'm not interested. I'm not interested can mean I'm not ready for a relationship. No, there's a difference between saying I don't like you.
It may not be a situation where he don't like you. He don't like you in that way.
No, not in that way. I don't like you at all. I don't think you're worthy of me. In fact, I think very poorly of you. And honestly, I would never lower myself to be with you.
You know what? You're giving some game, Celeste.
Where nobody can see you.
You're giving some game because now you're going to have men actually saying that, and you're going to have more women throwing themselves trying to prove that man wrong. But you want to know
what? You want to know what? Celeste is right.
You do it.
I think both of those.
Celeste is right, but this is the problem. Yes, you want a man to do what I just said. Say what you mean. Just say yeah. However, I don't trust that aspect. If a man just comes out and just, I'm gonna tell you all this stuff, that you gotta watch his actions. Men don't do all of this. If I see a man that does all of this, that's a red flag too, right? All of that chatter talking, no, absolutely watch his actions. And I think that's where women, we don't get the game, because he can tell you, I like you, and then he don't call you. He don't show up the way he's supposed to, and then you will call him a narcissist, this and that and the third. But he's been doing it because his actions said so. We are the talkers. We could sit here, me, Celeste, and Crystal could probably run this podcast about 10 hours. Okay?
I want to say
because that's what women do.
When I was a single person many moons ago, and I wasn't in a situation where I wanted to be in a relationship, I would be upfront and honest and let it be known, like, I don't see you in that way. I do not see us being in any type of relationship that's going to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But we can hang out from time to time.
Okay, that's not the same as I don't like you.
No, but that time to time that you say she gonna be on it.
Hold on,
she gonna hang her head on that.
I've actually
you would have
men.
to tell me I don't like you. I actually think you're ugly.
Celeste, I've actually met men. Celeste, I've actually met men. I used to hang with some of these men that have told the women, I've been there. We at the club. We tell them we seeing everything, and these girls would be like, okay, for today. Listen, I'm okay. Listen, I ain't looking for nothing. I don't like you either. I just need you to do your job and get out. Like,
and the other thing too, I know someone that is his game is to tell a chick how ugly she is or whatever flaw that she has. He will call it out in a heartbeat, and for some kind of reason, I don't know why, but he will end up with this girl. But because y'all look at that, and a lot of women out there, if a man was to be as forward as you just said, hey, I don't find you attractive like that. I don't like you in that manner. I don't see us going there are a bunch of women out there who would see that as a challenge, and they would be on that man like white on rice.
Yeah, but the point is that
I'm talking the 304s. I'm regular women. I'm talking just a regular woman, not your.
But I
not the gutter bunnies, not the gutter bunnies.
Right. Not your street urchin who everybody can have, and it's just whatever her particular way is of getting her. I'm telling you, I do not think that men are honest in a way women understand it. You're honest in a way you understand it. If you say, I don't see you as nothing else but someone to hang around with from time to time, that is. Women don't hear that the way you mean it.
This is not a dispute because I think all of those are true.
No, I think I think we're good.
There are women
all of those are true.
There are women who actually, I'm telling you, I have seen it here. That's why I would say Atlanta's not a real place. I really feel
I've seen it in New York too.
In New York too, because they will. The man will say it head on. I have seen men say it straight on. I don't like you. Listen. They'll say it like this: I don't like you, I'll smash, but I don't like you. There's nothing, and the women will take that as a challenge.
That's cool.
Like, okay, Let me see
Yes.
if I can change. They will
And,
try
and
to
they will
change.
try to,
Yeah.
yes, I'm
Yes.
telling
Well,
you.
okay,
And
yes,
to be
and
honest
that
with
was
you,
good.
actually, your advice, Celeste, is actually like, that's real game. Because if men actually started doing that, you know how many women that they would get just from
No,
doing
they
that?
could only get 3 or 4s. They can't
There
get
you
women.
go. There you go.
They
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
get women.
all y'all are right.
And
Trust
that's
me.
my point. That you don't care, and that's why we're in the situation
That's
we're
right.
in, because
Right.
you don't care.
But all of those scenarios are true. You have all those types, no
Yes,
question about
you
it. There's
do.
really no dispute.
Yes.
And
Yes,
so
you
you
do.
need to recognize who you're dealing with.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Unturned Stone TV. Shout out to you, man. 23-year-old talking about they like to travel. When I was 23, I was driving up and down I-95. Exactly. Yeah. These conversations that I hear young people having, I'm like, man, when I was in my early 20s, we wasn't catching flights and going to other countries, man. We were doing good for a road trip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like what he up and down 95, up and down 85. We were good for a road trip.
Right.
But man, we wasn't, I didn't
That's
have a
because
passport.
most of these girls don't, unfortunately, and it's unfortunate, but most of the girls don't come from families that maybe they've done that with their families. Because when I met my husband, I have been a ton of places, but it wasn't with any other men other than my grandfather and my dad. So you can have that experience, but what these girls are saying, they want that because they never had it, so they're expecting you to do it. And that's the unfortunate, the unfortunate part, because a lot of these men, they're really just getting a bunch of women that have family and daddy issues, and they're expecting you to pick up the ball.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Bad, but true.
And
Tam
that's
G,
why
thank
they
you so
think you're
much.
masculine if you went to a restaurant before and you don't fall over the floor being impressed because somebody gave you a steak.
Thank you, Tam G, for the $1 super sticker. Thank you, March Lay. Hopefully I pronounced that properly. March Lay, $2 super sticker. Thank you very much. Daniel Manning, $10 super chat says, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. The word is alive and breathing today. Amen, saints. You're absolutely right. Well, the other thing I want to add to that too, when men find a good wife, a wife in general, and when you see these families, those families actually go a lot further financially, spiritually, so forth and so on. Those families actually build up to being something. I watched my parents do it. I heard about my grandparents do it. I've watched us do it. My wife and I, we talk about like where we started and where we are today. We've come a long ways together. You know what I'm saying? Playing our roles together. We've built something. And I think, when you look at the Black community, and when you look at America in general, where, I think we're at this point now where it's 50-60% of women, are, unmarried, at this point. But when you look at the Black community, it's 25%, only 25%, of Black American women that are married. And then when you look at the, socioeconomic totem pole and you see, Black folks at the bottom, and it's because we don't have families. And it is very difficult, you know what I'm saying, to build a solid life without family. We're not meant to do this.
Right.
You're not meant to be out here by yourself on your own, and that is the problem right there. So if folks actually took a more wiser approach to building a family, choosing a mate and building a family with this individual, we could solve a lot of the issues that we have in America.
Right.
You're right.
We could solve a lot of the issues, the academic issues, the crime issues, the money issues. We could solve all of that.
And drive the left crazy.
We're not thriving, not because we don't have money, it's because we don't have families.
Right.
And that is the problem. And that's the one thing I do appreciate, even with the president trying to incentivize people to have children, trying to incentivize people to get married and have families, because we know that those that are in those situations, the likelihood of you being impoverished is almost slim to none.
Right. Amen.
When the married couples, then they might struggle together. But hey, even if y'all both got to work, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you'd be better off struggling together.
Two is better than one.
Do this on your own. Absolutely.
Yeah, the stress levels, like the diseases, like all of that stuff goes down because a lot, especially for women.
Because
But
you have support.
yes, all of that stuff goes down because you're not as stressful. But I just think honestly and truly, a lot of what the data market is a result of the family structure not being together. Because honestly, with women, if we actually just focused on the family structure, you would not have the little girls out here looking for the men to do what they've already done.
Facts. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I
Ecclesiastes
mean, when you look at
4:9.
Go for it, Mr. James. I'm sorry.
Ecclesiastes 4:9. 2 is better than 1.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely. You need to
and that's the thing. Like when you look at the data, and that's why I don't understand why this is not why it's not spoken on more. When you look at the data says, hey, the married couples are the most wealthiest.
That's
the
right.
married couples are the ones that actually leave actual wealth for their families. It's rare that you see a single parent leave anything, you know what I'm saying, for their children. It's very rare.
Oh,
but debt.
Or debt.
Yeah, plenty of debt.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
because family, a strong, low conflict family is the greatest threat to the taking hold of Marxism. You cannot subjugate people who are in strong families. It's just not possible.
Yeah, true.
It's not possible. This is exactly why their most vicious and consistent attack is always on family, and they do it through gender. They do it through the school system, through your kids. They want to make your children your enemy. All of this is to break the family because they cannot have an inch of success when there are strong families present.
No, you're absolutely right.
Is that why?
And that's why when I hear all these people talking about generation, we're trying to build generational wealth. You can't build generational wealth without a family. You can't do it. Everybody that has like really built something, and all these names, you hear the names, the Rockefellers, the Morgans, the
they have
Bushes,
estates.
Exactly. You cannot build generational wealth as a single mama. You can't do it. You're not even supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not even set up that way.
And they'll say, well, what? There are men that are single dads, and they're looking for a mama. I never hear the other way around. Like I could do it myself. They're like, no, I need a wife.
No. As someone that was a single parent, for a bit, my wife came into our situation and she played a role. I needed that. I needed it, and she helped the kids, helped me.
Well, men are very realistic about their needs. They have a good assessment. They don't have many, and what they need, they know they need it, and they're easily able to. They're not even going to pretend they want to go through this life without it. So
yes,
they're very good at women. We have a much more difficult time assessing our needs, and we need a whole lot more. We have lots of needs.
I want to give a disclaimer. Yes, we're talking about family, but do not just run out and marry any Tom, Dick, and Harry.
No, we're not saying that.
No, I'm saying that because there are people who be like, I just gotta find a husband. I gotta find a husband. That's why there's a lot of listen, I went to a Christian college. I'm telling you right now, a lot of those people got married and got divorced like in the blink of an eye. Like it was like they're married, they're divorced because they heard that's the right thing. I want people to understand singleness is not a curse.
Oh no,
this is actually a gift.
I don't think anybody is saying.
No, I know. I'm just saying this for some of the things I'm reading in the comments. I'm like, singleness is not a curse either. What we're saying is just do it the right way. God has an order. Right. So if you follow God's order in all of it, God's order for women, the world made it toxic. There was a way that women were supposed to be moving, and women didn't do that. The same thing with men. If we follow God's order in all of it, I think would be a lot better. And even when it comes to finding your mate, if you allow God to lead you, women, I promise you won't be thirsty.
That's right. I'm
telling you right now, when you allow God to lead it, you are actually really, really good. You're able to, as Sister Celeste was talking about being drunk in love, the Lord snatches that drunkenness right up out of you immediately. People like, you see that? You see that? So that's what I'm saying. Just Do it in God's order, and y'all will be in a better place.
And like Mika said, some of that drunkenness isn't even for you, the man. A lot of times it is the trauma from the girl not having her father. When these people don't have proper families, you don't know what kind of situation you are putting out. I said, if you want to really screen a family and learn how to read the woman, 85% of everything you need to know goes back. Just tell me how she was raised. You know, if hey, I'm gonna give free game. If you go on a date this weekend, who man, woman, ask the people, particularly if this is great for men. Just ask them, what did you see when you were 6? In your house, just tell me what it looked like on an average morning when you woke up. What did you see when you were 6 years old? That's going to tell you a lot about a person if you understand what they're telling you.
Yeah. Shout out to Steve Edminster coming through. $5 super chat says, newsflash, the grass only looks greener on the other side. It's not till you get there. Is when you see the weeds. Yeah.
That part.
Shout out to Daniel Manning, $2 super chat. Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap. Not the
Shout
head,
out to Jeff,
please.
it's not your fault. Al-Anon Recovery Channel, $11 super chat says, 2 of the most costly labels to family structure are baby daddy and baby mama. These are deplorable labels. Dad and mother are titles that are coveted and honored.
Not anymore. Chest feeders and
well, they're trying to get rid of it.
Gestations and all this other foolishness.
Gestation, non-gestation.
Shout out to Angela Wallstrom coming through with the SEC 20. Where is that from? Ooh.
She's from. She just said it. She's from. I think she said she's from Sweden. She put it in the chat. She said
all right.
she's watching from Sweden.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Hey, appreciate you pulling up. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate you pulling up all the way from Sweden. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank the Lord.
Shout out to my brother Jeff. It's not your fault. Al-Anon Recovery Channel, $11 super chat says, Crystal, please stop calling me a narcissist. We were young and stupid, and both of us were.
Jeff, I love you, Jeff. I love you.
I like that, Jeff. Uncle Darnell in the building. $5 super chat says, I learned long ago, those on the outside can see what you can't, being stuck on the inside. Yeah.
That's true.
Shout out to Jeanette, $2 super chat says, definition, masculine woman equals strange ranger. Okay.
Stranger Ranger.
Oh, Stranger Ranger? Oh, Strange Ranger. Kenny Cooper in the building, been a member for 16 months. Shout out to you, Kenny Cooper, man. Appreciate you. Good morning, y'all. I'm currently in Southern California, and my schedule has been hectic, but I finally caught a little of what's left of the show. Appreciate you, Kenny.
Amen.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much,
you.
brother. Shout out Uncle Darnell, $5 super chat says, most men want a companion whom they can trust, appreciate, and love, who love and respect him. I'm with you on that one.
No doubt.
Darnell. Shout out to Daniel Manning, $20 super chat says, men and women lie, but action don't lie. Okay. Gotcha.
That's funny.
Gotcha.
I like that.
Shout out to Captain Caveman coming through. $2 super chat says, Brother Wise was doing the friends with benefits thing.
That was a thing, right?
That was a thing back in the day. Yeah. That was a thing. That you'd be surprised, if you just be upfront and honest. I would tell people all the time, just be honest. You ain't got a lie to kick it. Miss Tate said people still lying to kick it, and there are, but those are dudes that don't have any game. You don't have to lie.
No,
you don't.
Today.
Celeste, I know, and Celeste, all the dudes got to say is, yo, I'm not interested in you that way. I ain't even trying. I don't see you that way, and I'm only gonna call you when I'm coming from the club. If that ain't enough, enough,
it isn't. And that's the thing. Only thing I'm saying, when you say you don't have to lie, I'm not disagreeing.
Right.
Our problem is exactly the same as they're having. We speak 2 different languages.
Right.
All I'm saying is you don't have to lie. You just have to speak in a way that a woman doesn't understand.
That's right. And they can
And
do
it can be absolutely forthright.
I don't know if you can you be much more plain than, hey, I don't see you in that way, but we can hang out. I'm gonna call you on my way from the club at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and say what you got going on.
You can. And any man who wants to be that plain, just hand me the phone. I'll tell her in a way she can understand. I will explain it to her.
I can change him, girl. I can change his mind.
and then I'll leave it alone. I will leave it alone because if let her have what she can get.
Amen.
Daniel Manning, $5 super chat says, "Judge the tree from the fruited bears." Yeah.
Amen.
Captain Caveman, $5 super chat says, I just say I'm good, and they go harder. Crystal Wright, but I thought it was a nice way to say it in Mika words. That'll work too. Golly, Captain. Uncle Darnell, $2 super chat says, "Today's women cannot be told no." Ooh.
Well, I can be told no.
Not all, but some.
I love a good no.
I say no all the time. All the time. You're gonna know first. Then I gotta work on a yes. Shout out to Matthew coming through with the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much, man. Shout out to Captain Caveman, $2 super chat says, "Can't is not in modern day women vocabulary." What up, Mimi? How you doing? $5 super chat says, "The godly father is the most important part of the family. When he is not there, it just doesn't work. Everything is out of order." Shout out to you, Mimi. You're absolutely right there. I want to play this clip here from these folks because you know what? I got to say this before I play this clip. I need Black people to understand that all Black people are not the same. Okay.
Thank
we
you.
come from different places. Just because you have the same type of melanin doesn't necessarily mean we are the same.
Thank you.
People from Black folks from America are different from Black folks in Brazil and are different from Black folks in different countries in Africa and different than the Black folks that's out there in England.
Right.
Can we stop acting like all Asian people are the same?
Come on.
Even the Asians, they don't get along with each other like that. The Japanese is despised by all of the Asians. I promise you they are. The Chinese, the Koreans, North and South, they don't necessarily get along with each other. People in Southeast Asia, they're considered, the gutter of Asia. You know what I'm saying? Like, these aren't all the same people. But I want to play this clip because for whatever reason, you got Black folks out there saying that they're going to boycott all Asian everything because of what happened down in South Carolina. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Rick Chow is Vietnamese, if I'm not mistaken, I believe. And they just assume that if you're Asian, everybody's the same. And they don't even look at each other that way. But I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Look at that. MAGA Meg said there's an Asian hierarchy. I lived in Korea. Yes, there is. There definitely is.
There is.
But they like Kamala.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
Boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
Now, this is hilarious. Asians coming out and saying how scared they are now. Oh, we're so scared. We're being targeted. Oh, my God. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? There's a solution.
There may be some language in some of these videos because I didn't have time to bleep some of the language out. Just putting that out there.
There's a solution to your scared ass. Get the hell out of our neighborhoods. Get the hell out. Pack your stores, close your doors, and go home. As a matter of fact, go to Beverly Hills and sell in Beverly Hills. Go somewhere else and sell all your bull crap. Do that. If you're so scared, go to church. How the hell are you sitting up here and talking about you so scared of your direct customer? White folks ain't keeping y'all doors open. Do not get y'all asses up here and talk and act no damn type of way. I tell you right now, I've been saying this whole time. All these people posting up in our communities, gas station, these hair stores and all this shit with their funky ass attitudes. Stop spending your money with them. Start checking them on site. Yeah, get very scared if you're going to be following us around the store and treating us all like criminals. This is ridiculous. But yet, you're not scared when your finger gets to going in that that cash register gets to popping up. You're not scared of them greenbacks that we pass you. You're not scared to come post up in our hoods, in our neighborhoods. In every black community, there's Asian stores. You're not that damn scared. You're not that scared. How are you scared of your customer? Tell me how you're scared of your direct customer. So you got your ass up here. I'm going to directly sell to the enemy. I'm going to directly sell to people that I'm scared of. I'm not going to sell to anybody else or employ anybody else to come into here. So it's just the people that I think steal everything and the people that I'm so damn scared of. Close your funky ass doors and go your asses to another neighborhood. That will solve the problem. Quit coming and posting up in the black communities. We'll be good without you. Okay? All right. You have a great day with your scary asses. And the church doors, if you scared, go to church.
Is she talking with braids in her hair?
I'd like to place an order. Pick-up order, what would you like? Pick-up order. Can I get 5 shrimp fried rice?
Small or largest?
Let's do largest.
Okay.
Okay, and do you do the Chinese chicken wings?
Chinese wings, yes.
Okay, let me get 20 count Chinese wings.
Okay.
Okay, and that'll be all.
Could you like to get any order of cream cheese wonton or spring rolls?
Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, I'll take some of those.
Which one, the spring rolls or?
The spring rolls. Give me some rolls.
Okay. Spring rolls. Okay, comes 2 pieces in the order. So just to make sure I got your order right, I have 5 orders large.
Call your local health department on your local Chinese restaurants daily, all day. Make as many complaints as you can. Let's have at it, y'all.
Wow.
Call your local health department.
So not only was the trend started where black people were calling Chinese food places, placing massive orders and then not picking it up as a, strike against Asian-owned businesses because of the Rick Chow situation. Now they're saying call the health department on the Chinese food places and try to get them shut down. This is next level petty. Number one, the majority of the jury that acquitted Chow were black. Get that through your fucking head. The majority were black. Okay? Number two, what would the black community do if all of a sudden there were no Asian-run businesses? That's like all there is in the hood. You got the nail salons, you got the food, you got the convenience stores. Think about it.
Out here. This is very convenient for when I'm in this neighborhood to go right here. But I don't set foot in this motherfucker, and if I do, I steal something. Because they janky-ass Koreans, and they've always been like that. They wouldn't let you get away with being short a fucking nickel. You can shop here every day for 30 years. Be short a nickel, they gonna snatch all their shit back. Boycott all Korean businesses. I'm calling on black Los Angeles. Boycott that janky-ass sloss and swap meet. Boycott all Korean-owned businesses. All beauty supplies.
I wonder about these folks, man. Seriously. I wonder about these people. Seriously. I don't take them serious because they're not boycotting anything. You know this. That's not happening. Folks are still going to go get the extensions and wigs. They still going to get them rusty feet scrubbed.
Pork fried rice.
They got to have their daggone Chinese food. But it just also goes to show how ignorant, because I'm at a point now where I believe that you have a plethora of black people that believe that because you have the same melanin, you are the same.
They do.
They truly believe this. There was a video, I think it was the Daily Wrap Up crew. They had a brother on there I think he was from Benin, if I'm not mistaken. And he was trying to explain to them, just because you are black or, some other African or somebody else from the continent of Africa, that's not my brother. They were like, matter of fact, I live in Benin. There was like 100 tribes. The next tribe over, not my brother. We are not the same. Just because we don't even speak the same language, we don't believe the same. We don't think the same. He was trying to, and they couldn't wrap their brains around, but it was like, but you black. It was like, I'm not black. You know what I'm saying? I am this from this tribe. They couldn't understand it. They couldn't understand it. And here it is. Rick Chow, a Asian convenience store owner who happens to be, I think he's Vietnamese, if I'm not mistaken. But that is different than somebody from Thailand, from somebody from the Philippines, from somebody from China, from somebody from Korea or North Korea or South Korea,
Make them all pay.
Japan, Mongolia. Yeah, they're different people. It just goes to show you how ignorant a lot of black folks in this country are, man. Just ignorant is all get out. Goodness gracious, man.
Sad.
Go ahead, Crystal.
To all my Asians out there, okay? Just like I said to the white people, I'm not like them black people over there, okay? So I'll let y'all right now. I will be coming to see my Vietnamese nail salon this week because I need to get the fill-ins done. I need to get the nails done. I don't associate and I don't subscribe to this foolishness. The thing with black people that irritates me, and I said this last and I'll say it again, what irritates me with y'all don't want nobody to put all of us in the same box. If a black person commits a crime, you don't want everybody to say all black people are criminals, all black people do this, y'all don't like that. But for some twisted reason, y'all think y'all need to do it to everybody else. And y'all look so the part with this whole Asian boycott, y'all look so dumb. That just showed how dumb y'all were, because y'all didn't even know how many different types of Asians there are. Did y'all know Indians are considered Asian too?
No, they don't know that. They don't know that. That's why they voted for Kamala. That's why they voted for Kamala.
Exactly. They voted for Kamala, who is Asian, might I add. But y'all go touch some grass. Go touch some grass. And the audacity of the lady that wanted to sit down and do that video about how scared Asians need to get out of the black community. Lady, you would be bald-headed because you had all them braids up in your head. You ain't had no hair on your head. Girl, all y'all are yelling about, especially what we're about to hit summer 2026. How y'all boycotting? Y'all ain't got hair. Y'all gotta go purchase them bundles that come from the Asians who are Indian as well. Y'all gotta get the bundles. Y'all gotta get your nails done. Who is gonna be waxing your funky pocketbook? Who gonna wax that mess? Because it's usually the Asians that be doing the waxes for y'all. It ain't the black people, because black people don't want to touch that. They don't want to touch the feet. They don't want to touch in between your legs. They don't want to touch none of that. So who gonna do that for y'all? I need y'all to explain that to me. Y'all are ignorant, and that is why most people think black people are so unserious. They don't take y'all seriously at all, because y'all come out here and make these stupid things. We're boycotting Asians. And then, as people said in the chat, are you giving back up your PlayStation? Are you giving up your Nintendo? Are you giving up any of these things?
No.
Are you going to give up the phone that you were just recording that video on because it came from the Asians? Tell me what y'all giving up. And the thing that's so funny with y'all, because y'all say them Asians always come into black communities and so on and so forth. That's because y'all don't want to work. Y'all want to be on government benefits.
That's right.
So that is what happens. Y'all don't want to do nothing. Y'all like to sit down here. You wear the Jordans that came from there. You like to do all of that stuff. Y'all think, as old girl said, y'all want the glamorous jobs. Y'all want the jobs that make y'all look a certain type of way. Y'all don't want to be out there working. So that's why y'all don't have no businesses in the communities. This right here, this is why I say y'all are ignorant and y'all look stupid. Y'all sound dumb. Go outside and touch some grass. Get outside of your little local neighborhoods. Then you would learn how many different types of Asians there are, and you wouldn't make such stupid statements. Because I'm telling y'all, if every Asian business left, y'all would have nothing. Y'all would be in the drags. Thank you. Somebody said it right there. And you die too, because most of them are in the medical field. So I don't know what y'all gonna do with y'all lives. Y'all just gonna die too. So hey.
Well, I'll just say this. I'm from the home of the carryout. Okay. DC is the home of the carryout.
Oh yeah. Gotta have that mumbo sauce, man. Them wings and that mumbo sauce. Come on now.
Of the carryout. It's more carryouts than anything ever. Okay. So with that being said, here's the thing. It still comes back to the Democrats. The reason why those Asians are in your community is because the policies, okay? They have all these minority grants and things like that, but you don't look at what the minority grants say and do and where the funding is going. All right. So that's one thing. And then, when you want to talk about all your appliances and things like that, that's Democrats too. NAFTA sent that stuff right overseas to Asia,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So your problem is for the people that you actually vote for again. Like ding, ding, ding again. And then when we get into the black people and Asian talk, right? Here's the thing. You can do all this in your community because we actually know what black people spend. When I see a black beauty store, you don't want to patronize it because just like that young lady said in front of the Korean store, oh, well, they don't want to let me go with a nickel. Well, I've seen multiple times in black-owned beauty
Talk about
stores. They'll, well, can't y'all give me a discount for why?
Come
For why?
on, sis.
I
Come
don't know
on,
you,
sis.
girl.
Come on, sis.
So you want that. So when they don't do that, you don't patronize them. Then they go
Come
out
on.
of business. But that Korean store said, I want my nickel. You either give it to me or not.
Yeah.
And then what happens? They're still there because
That's right.
you're going to give them the nickel. So you respect others more than
Come
you
on.
respect the people in your own community, which is why those stores never last. On top of that, when you get into the whole Asian and black community, can there, as in any culture and race, can there be people that are anti-black or this and that? Yeah. But what I've been foreseeing as of lately, right? You want people to put up with nonsense because let's say Mr. Child doesn't, well, people like Mr. Child don't like you. Cool, fine. You want also people to put up with the fact that this is happening on their property. Right. I'm not even getting into what actually happened, but let's just get into what we know. The store is being stolen from time and time again. And people are saying, well, they can just write it off on insurance. After so many, just like with Chicago, after so many times, the insurance company is like, look, you
right.
got to do something about this, or, we're going to just have to move. So now you got people following you around the store, things like that. There's one side of it addressing, okay, there may be quote unquote anti-blackness there. All right, cool. You can address that as well as addressing what goes on in the store. What goes on in that community with that store. That store is in that community, whether or not they're black or not, it's in your community. So it's on the behest of the community to want that store to stay, right? And if there's something going on, well, go to the store and find out exactly what's going on, right? And then if you attack that situation and then you have something that's still persisting, now you can say, okay, now this is you, Mr. Child. This is you. This is you. And we don't want this type of ignorance in our community. But what's happening is that culture, which is the degenerate culture, is allowed to persist on top of whatever else may be going on. It doesn't make a good recipe. So if these people are in your communities, because you keep voting for the people that keep putting them there. So if they are in your communities, why not address that problem? And then why not address the problems of your community? Because you're not getting rid of them. They're not going anywhere. Okay. There's Mr. Child going to leave and another Mr. Child going to come. All right. At the end of the day, they're not going anywhere because you refuse to fix the issues, which one, again, who you elect, but two, the actual community issues. So why not get involved with that? So we don't have to keep seeing people say something is something that is not. And then when it really is, nobody wants to believe it because you cried wolf so many times. We have to look at what's going on in certain communities. And I think a lot of the times, a lot of people just look at the race and automatically think that this is going to be the victim. This is going to be, the person that's at fault. And when you start to do that, you start to build up a resentment. And a lot of people are not, I wouldn't say racist, but they have a lot of resentment for what actually allowed to go on. The same way it was, pre-civil rights, right? There's a lot of resentment there. But if you're asking to fix a problem, why now start to do the very same thing that you said that was affecting your community.
Celeste, Minister Danzel, either one?
Yes, yes.
So I think we've got to do something to stop the proliferation of children that have gotten old. What we are seeing on these videos is a bunch of people who have aged but have
Your children.
never developed into adulthood. And this is what happens when you have a significant number of people who are old but are not actual adults functioning around your society, talking about, I never go into that store, and if I do, it's only to steal. Well, then you got to ask yourself why it is they're walking and following people who look like you, because you have come out and admit the only reason you're in there is to try and take something. I've never understood, why is it that the Black community, specifically at this point that I'm talking to, is not upset with the small number of Black people who give statistical justification for this perceived treatment? Why are you mad at the people who are treating you this way, but you're never mad at the people who give the statistical justification? I'm sorry. If I am going to park someplace and I see, particularly where I used to live, if I see three and they have the young, 4 or 5 young people, maybe in middle school or early high school, I am very concerned. And I'm looking over. I'll tell you, I have driven around my own block to not park, to not get out of a car. If I see a bunch of kids I didn't know, I will keep driving and see if they're walking away, because statistically, that's the group that was out there knocking people over the head, trying to tear people out their cars and do all that sort of thing. Don't be mad at me because I perceive them that way and want to protect myself. Why aren't you mad at them? Why aren't they mad? Why aren't those young people mad at the other young people, the small minority of young people who are giving them a bad name and giving them statistical justification for someone like me to drive by and go, there's 3 8th graders, clock the door, keep rolling. I'm sorry. This is, I've never understood that. It's what it suggests to me is you've got that going, and now you have these undeveloped adults. What it seems like is that the Black community who cannot come out and full-throatedly come against this type of behavior and say, this is childish, calling up prank calling places of business and not place. I mean, literally, like, this is middle school stuff. Hang up. And, this is foolishness. And the fact that Black leaders, certainly nobody in political leadership, in the church leadership, you don't ever hear anything from these people. What they are asking for, and this is a thread that is so discouraging. If you look at it in the Carmelo Anthony case, you can look at it in this child case, you can look at it all across the society. What they are asking is for the society to tolerate the degenerate behavior that comes from Black people, but they are quick to want to sanction anybody else's poor behavior. But the degenerate behavior that comes from Black people must be tolerated. And this is dangerous because, again, people, all of that white guilt and foolishness they convinced white people of after the civil rights movement, that stuff is fading. These people are tired, and I am with them. These people and me, we are tired of tolerating degenerate behavior. We don't care where it's coming from. But the fact of the matter is, I said this last week, people always have a small number of people in their community that do bad things. Nobody's perfect. We understand that. The point is not the aberration. The point is not the small number of people who have aberrant and antisocial behavior. The point is the 99% of people from that group who don't disassociate and immediately call it out. It leaves everyone else to feel like there's no recourse, there's nowhere to go. They have to separate or take things in their own hand. It is going to be a harsh reaction if we keep this foolishness up. Nobody is going to tolerate your degenerate behavior simply based on skin color or a history that no present white person in America, 90% of the white people in America's families came here after slavery and were not present for. It has nothing to do with them. They are done tolerating this foolishness.
Minister Dancer, we'll give you the last word on this.
Yeah, I think the sisters covered all of the bases. I mean, there's on the one hand, you have the inappropriate funding being given to non-Black people in their communities, like they can't set up businesses, although there are some Black people who raise their own money and start their own business, and they do have to deal with stupidity of Black people that don't support them, that want them to give more, basically take care of them and take care of their store at the same time, because you're gonna give me a discount, or you're gonna let me get away with not paying you that extra dollar I owe. But you don't want the people who are non-Black, they won't let you get away with that, and you want to fuss them. But yeah, it's a whole lot that goes into this whole thing. But the bottom line is that Black people ain't got no business acting stupid when they're doing damage that's causing the problem. You cause the problem, and then you complain about being the way you're treated. So that's you're right on target. I appreciate that. But I do think that we need to see in our Black communities more businesses by Black people. Most of the Black people, the neighborhoods we go to, they're all run by non-Blacks, and I think that's unfortunate. And I think that's our fault. You can't blame the foreigners that come in there and they work their butts off and they do their thing. You can't blame them for that. You can say
Mika's right about that.
Yeah.
It's not, yes, we can have Black businesses. I love that. I'm not anti-Black business.
That's right.
To be honest, I don't believe the government should be giving these people low interest loans.
No, shouldn't.
And basically they set up the same scenario they set up in Minnesota with the Somalis.
That's
and
right.
they took these people as refugees who came in from Laos, from the Vietnam War, from Cambodia, from all of these countries that they were over there doing stuff they knew they didn't do, and their so-called reparations. We're going to come in here. We're going to give you stuff that no American citizen is entitled to.
That's right.
And we're going to set you up in such a way so that you can make this money, and that's sort of how we're going to appease you for the things that we have done or not done, or the way we're trying to reorganize. See, this is why you got to get government out of all of this stuff. You wouldn't have these problems if government was not outside of its scope.
Yeah, and we also have to make sure that we make the government pay for that kind of thing. They shouldn't be getting away with it. They should have never got away with it in the first place.
Black businesses could compete if they didn't have to compete against people who had a 1% loan that they don't have to pay back for 70 years.
That's right.
That is true. But I'm with Miss Tate here. She said the opportunity for Black people to own businesses has always been there. We just didn't take advantage of it and played victim now want to cry about it. It's absolutely right. I mean, there are opportunities on top of the fact that most of these convenience stores don't cost that much money. Most of these like little stores that are in the hood, these are stores that would run you, 50 to 100 grand, or so, depending on where you are. And then some of them, they may be a little more than that, but pull your resources.
Oh, Wise, you're absolutely correct. They could. Now, I'm not saying just to do it, but all the scamming they be doing with the EBT stuff.
Pull your resources.
You could have been pulled them resources together. Somebody get a convenience store. That's what they do at the bodegas.
But the problem is,
I think y'all
is you got a lot of folks, Black people in America, and I know this to be true because I know people. They don't want to pull resources. They don't trust other Black people. Black people don't trust Black people. Let's just keep it a buck.
That's bad. Yeah,
and they definitely won't support other Black people.
That's a part of the problem.
We know that too.
Yep.
So if you that's why I would tell anybody, if you're a Black and you own a business, do not put a Black on thing on your business. You're not going to get Black. If you think that that's what's going to get Black people to support your business, it's not. Don't do that.
I want to ask this really quickly. Do you think that it was and this is just a question, Black people out right out of slavery were thriving. You had all these, Black Wall Streets and multiple places, right? But do you think it was because it was forced? Because the moment they were allowed to desegregate, they went here, they went there, they went everywhere. They used to have books. Like I learned this in history. They used to have books where you could go find the Black hotel. You could go find from state to state to
I
state
think
to
it was called
state.
the yellow. What was it called? The Black Pages or something along those lines. I think
Right,
it was
something.
called
I can't
like
remember
that.
the name of the book, but they used to have those,
Correct.
right? Where you could find them, especially in certain places, especially down south, right? But with all that being said, when this happened, I saw someone thought she was being prolific say, we need to get together and make a pamphlet of this. I'm like, what you had before?
Yeah, it
So
already existed.
So-
Exactly.
And it
is it
exists.
because they're
segregation
forced
came, they
to,
left.
or
Well,
They left on
it
their own.
actually exists now because a friend of mine and I actually worked on this when I was on the Democratic Party side. We did create a list of Black-owned businesses because we were trying to support Black-owned businesses. But I need y'all. Listen, I'm sorry, I have to say this, and y'all.
The Green Book. There you go. That's what it was. It wasn't the Black Pages. It was the Green Book. There you go. That's it right there. Thank you, Tinkerbell.
Feelings, so be it.
Go ahead, sis.
First of all, half of those businesses Black people don't want to own. Let's just be real. We just talked about the glamorous business. They don't want to own these things. They don't want the laundromat. They don't want these things. So when you sit down here and say we could, but they don't want it because it doesn't give them that glamorous lifestyle that they're searching for, because they validate themselves by these things. This is how they validate. I've made it. So it's not the local mom and pop shops. It's not the laundromats and these things. And mind you, these things make really good money, but they don't see that. They see this looks beneath me. That is why, and I hate to say this is why Jasmine Crockett said what? We don't pick cotton no more. We don't pick nothing no more, because she was trying any kind of agricultural work that immigrants are coming in and doing. She's saying Black people are above that. So I want to say, at the end of the day, we can say that, but Black people don't want to do it. And the other thing I wanted to point out is, again, the Democratic Party plays a very long game. They play chess really, really well. And all of these businesses coming in, of course, we agree, to help keep division within everybody. But it's just interesting to me that Rick Chow, we boycotting Asian businesses, and then we hate white people because of Carmelo Anthony. I'm telling y'all, they're trying to create an implosion, allegedly, in my opinion, with all of this that's going on. And I listen, I side-eye the Democratic Party all the time because I feel like they are creating all of these divisions. So in Carmelo Anthony, it's a race thing. Now over here, it's another race thing. Everything is going to be a race thing. I'm telling y'all. So
no doubt.
No.
Can I answer Mika real quick? Mika, this was a plan. The whole point of the civil rights movement was to force integration. And the whole point of forced integration was exactly the same as the whole point of giving women the right to vote. It was to destroy the financial basis of the Black community,
and it
so
worked.
that the Black dollar could not circulate inside the Black community 7 to 10 times before it was eligible to be taxed. That was the entire point of the civil rights movement. There was too much separation in distance between the Black community and taxes. And those people who wanted to create a slave debt system cannot do it when you have an insulated and financially sustainable community. So they integrated us, as Martin Luther King, if you can quote him, says, integrated my people into a burning house. No, they integrated us into the failing ship so that we could be a part of it along with everyone else, and that our wealth could be stymied by taxes the same way everyone else was.
And Black people fell for it. So it's not just their fault. Black people fell
it
for
makes no sense to me why I would want to go to a place where I'm stuff
not wanted
going on me. I'm like,
They could have stayed
Why would I
together,
want to
kept
do
their
this?
businesses, and they didn't. They left. As soon as they got that opportunity, they left left their neighborhood. That was their fault.
And it's still happening today.
Right.
That's the problem. You know,
That's
it's still happening today. If you put out there that this is a Black-owned food truck, you're going to have folks not support your business.
Seriously.
I mean, that's just what it is. The self-hate is unreal, man.
It can happen because, and people will say, well, you know, people like white clothing better. I can tell you right now, growing up in DC, most people wore DC clothing. DC has about 5 different clothing brands, starting from way back in the day with Madness Shop and, you know, all these other ones. And I'm just saying, there's a whole ecosystem there. Music, go-go music, like these go-go bands literally are on generational wealth from the same song. So you can,
And they're playing the same music over and over again. They ain't coming up with a whole lot of new stuff.
And you're gonna get the same song, and you're gonna get it because it is loved in the community. So it can happen for some reason.
Yeah.
You don't do.
But don't cut off your nose to
act right.
this is to spite your face. And I agree with Wise with that. Stop yelling Black-owned business, because your Black-owned business will get you. They may be like, oh,
out
you
of
are,
business,
and then they will
doing that.
make sure you are
Like,
out of
just
business.
open a business and just open a business and, you know, serve everybody.
I have to say this. It wasn't Black women that made Oprah. I just want y'all to know that. It wasn't black people that made The View. It wasn't Black people that made majority of these people where they're at. So when you sit down there and yell Black owned, I'm telling you, you are cutting off your nose to spite your face.
I would agree. We're gonna read some super chats. We're gonna get out of here. Shout out to Jessica, $5 super chat says, so true. The internal war I have with myself being Chinese and Japanese is torture. Captain Caveman coming through, $5 super chat. All skin folk ain't kin folk. We definitely don't have a monolithic thought process. At least us 9 ends don't.
That's right.
Hi, Crystal. Look at God. Captain Caveman. Captain Cave, you've been trying to put his bid in for a little bit. Crystal just ain't taking the hints. She ain't taking the hints. He needs to be straight.
He said you got to be clear.
Be clear. Got to be clear. Straightforward. No hints.
Captain Kevin called me. I'll translate for you. I'll translate.
Cap America coming through, $10 super chat. So boycott Asians. Guess that means Nintendo and PlayStation. Goodbye, Mario and Sonic. Oh, wait. Most blacks play Madden and NBA 2K on PlayStation. So go ahead. Sell your PS5. You can do it. Yeah. Man, come on now. These folks, everybody. Captain Caveman, $5 super chat says they should have never given Zing Wing students the internet. Ignorance exposed. Shaking my head. Zing Wing. This guy. Come on, man. $2 super chat said they can't even spell boycott. Zing Wing. Oh my goodness. Jessica coming through, $5 super chat says, if not for God, it would be World War in me all day. American, Hawaiian, Chinese, Japanese, German. Goodness gracious.
Oh, I feel your pain.
Wow, man. Uncle Darnell, $5 super chat says, racism is on the rise again, thanks to certain people. Y'all are so messy. And as soon as you calm down, you'll be buying from them again. Yep.
True.
That's why they're so unserious.
Hey, in the DC area, I know they ain't boycotting them chicken wings and that mumbo
They
sauce.
not boycotting.
I know
they not boycotting Yums.
I know they not.
I know they not. China Hunan
or Yum too.
You know they not. Come on.
When Yums broke off from Yums and created Yums too.
They're gonna boycott them chickens.
You know, because it's always a bus stop right near Young's, and on that bus stop on the ground is nothing but chicken wing bones.
Yes.
I mean, y'all getting me real hungry. I'm about to go have my Thai basil fried rice. Y'all keep playing. Stop.
And look. I just want to say this: the heir to the Yums works on the SWAT team with my husband, and he's a what they call a trust fund baby because of the Yums carry out, and he still wants to get out there and do something. Yes, when he could just go sit.
Love that. Hardworking.
Captain Caveman coming through, $5 super chat says Zing Wing was the part of the school separate from others and ate lunch by themselves. Average Democrat today.
No, the
Never
table.
mind. $2 super chat says orange chicken sells too. Y'all terrible, man.
You know what Cat Williams said about that? He said black people are never gonna get are gonna confront the Chinese long as they making orange chicken as good as they do. That's exactly what he said.
Team Motor Productions.
Oh, Team Motor Productions. Okay, I'm sitting there looking at that like, wait, okay. I beg to differ. There was a time where we had our own communities, but the likes of MLK preached and encouraged us to integrate. So who's really at fault and how do we correct the issue? Oh, man.
It's gonna take Jesus because a lot of these black children are problematic. They're tied up in the toxic feminist movement. Hey, listen, it's gonna take a lot because
black worship. I don't know. I don't think it would take much. I do think it takes a pooling of the resources. Folks can get together for scammers, right? What was the dude that started the Tulsa project, whatever, that Tulsa real estate fund or whatever, scammed all these black folks out of a couple $1 million? Jay Morrison.
Yeah.
So you got people that will come out for that because I guess it sounds, I guess along the more fancier side of things, but you could get a group of 10 or 15 people to pull, $4,000 or $5,000, and you could go and buy up the gas stations. You could buy up the convenience stores, the beauty supplies, the beauty supply stores and things of that nature in these communities. It can be done. It doesn't cost that much.
You are missing one key element. We are the white face of black supremacy. We're the black face of white supremacy. I'm sorry, we're the black face of white supremacy. We can't even get along on that aspect. You really think we're about to be put in businesses? Listen, they don't like this. Like, we a different type of black. They don't like us.
Well, you got to do what I do.
I'm gonna pull my money with them. I'll tell you right now.
Right, that part.
I'm not giving their nickel.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about folks in these communities. Like, if you really want the corner store, you can pull the resources and go buy the daggone store.
Why? They don't want the corner store.
They don't want to be an engineer.
Listen,
they want government handouts.
Listen. Like Mika said about men and women judge the actions. The same is true for people. Your life is the action. I can tell you what you think if I can look at how you're living. If you wanted the corner store, you would pursue it. Right. You cannot say, I want the corner store. I believe this should be black controlled and black owned. And you have never done anything to pursue it. You don't want it. What you might want is for someone else to do it, but you don't want to do that. You can't say, I want to lose weight, which with the ice cream, because you are not pursuing weight loss.
True.
That's how you know they don't want it. These people are just talking.
Actions speak louder than words.
Pay them no mind.
But otherwise, I appreciate your optimism. But this is broken.
I'm just saying it can't. I'm not saying it will be done. I'm just saying it can be done.
It can be done, and for people who want to do it, they will.
That's right.
Look, all y'all gotta do, if y'all want a sneak attack in there, all y'all gotta do is do what I do. Use the vending machines. I got an ice machine in the neighborhood. I got the vending hair machine at the airport. Okay, you can just slide on right on in there. Those are minority businesses.
But Brother Bryce, what happened to the black-owned community that they were building? I just want you to remember that here in Georgia, they try to build a black-owned.
I think it's still just dirt. I think it's just dirt. I don't think they built one.
Somebody snatched the money and left with the money.
That's right.
That's what I'm telling you.
That happened?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Oh man!
So again, I'm putting a nickel in it.
Exactly.
Yes, I didn't know that happened. Are you serious? That happened?
That happens all the time. All the time. That's nothing new. That's an old hype.
Well, I know like the Jay Morrison situation because he they took in a bunch of money and then nothing came of it, and then he was like, oh yeah, the fund just went bankrupt or whatever the case may be. No real questions about how it happened. No. It just happened. So yeah,
it's crazy. We're still waiting for Dr. Umar to put.
That's what to say. Didn't they give Dr. Umar money for school?
Millions. The dude has received he received over $1 million in donation for this school that has not been,
and he's still scamming them.
And nobody has smoke for this guy. People are still inviting this dude for interviews and speaking engagements and all types of things. Nobody has smoke for this guy.
Brother Wise, I will pool money with people in the kingdom. I'm not putting money
I'm with
with
you on that.
people with
Really,
millions.
I'm with you 1,000% on that.
kingdom.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that one 1,000%. I'm just saying that for those that say that, you could pull the resources and do it, if you really, really wanted to. But
they ain't think about
folks just be talking.
I'm only pulling money with people who are already successful. Some of this, too much of this kingdom has never generated $1 from any. They can't get me either. Kingdom, don't call me.
They made them a king. They made them a king, though.
I am not talking about the Christian name only.
I go to the church, they're asking me to help out. They don't ever say,
ain't built
our
nothing.
idea on how
You
we're
ain't
going
lying
to
about that
generate
one.
revenue.
I
Don't call me for nothing.
But you know what, though? I'm glad you brought that up, Celeste, because in a lot of these neighborhoods, especially you look in Baltimore City, there's a church. The same way there are liquor stores, there are churches on every corner.
Correct.
And all the money comes in. Why aren't the churches buying up the stores? Why aren't they buying up, these things like
nobody? Because the church is full of Marxists that do not. Your minister does not know how to generate a revenue. If your minister had any answers, why is he poor coming to you every Sunday asking you for help?
If
He should be setting up a situation saying, if you help me for 1 year, we will be able to continuously run it on our own without your support ever again. Talk to me like that.
Well, they got one church that did do it here in Maryland, and I forget the name of the church, but they own the entire block. That they actually own the land that the Redskins Stadium sits on.
Okay.
So the entire
out there in
block,
Landover.
the entire block, they have a school, they have a resource center, they have it's the entire block. If somebody in the chat know it, let me know. But it's the entire block, and the land, like I said, that the stadium sits on, it belongs to them. It was a family. And then I think the husband died, and then the wife took over the ministry, but she did really good with it. And now the son owns it, but it's the entire block. When you get off the highway to it, it's all of that is owned by that one family. That's the only church I've ever seen do it.
No, I know.
It should be done. I mean, as much money gets brought in on a week-to-week basis. Come on now.
No excuse.
Come on now. There's no excuse. Not to mention, there's enough money that comes in, even from a business grant, business loan type situation, that you shouldn't even have to go to the SBA. You should be able to go to a local church and say, hey, we're planning to start a business that's going to support the community. And hey, I got a certain amount of money. We're looking for this, and we can put together a real agreement, so forth and so on. Like, these are the types of things that are supposed to be.
And I know several synagogues that have done that.
Oh, absolutely.
So
they don't
again,
play.
I said,
They don't play.
Absolutely, they don't play. Absolutely.
I said kingdom. I didn't say Christian in name only.
Okay.
There's a big
You're right.
difference because
You're
I
right.
watched. Look, I watched 2019. People were shocked what happened in 2019 when Pastor Mitch was like, "Okay, we are doing acts. Let's get," and people are just pulling money for people moving, people, a single mother, all kinds of stuff, because that's how it's supposed to be. But that is a kingdom.
That's right.
Versus Christian in name only.
The city of Jericho is called the city of Jericho.
Oh, I know that. Okay, yes. Listen, the Bible says that all debt is slavery. The one of the first jobs of the church is to get me out of debt and to unloose me from the enemy.
Amen.
And the only people who can do that are people who have first demonstrated a personal track record of success. They can then take that personal track record of success into the church and then as a to it. The problem with these people is they're collectivists and they don't know how to do something unless us all get together, and that never works. So again, not near nickel for me, y'all.
Shout out to Captain Caveman, $2 super chat says General Tso chicken for the win for me. Oh man, I don't do Chinese food anymore. I stopped doing that a long time ago.
Me too.
Not because I don't like the Chinese people. It's just the MSG and all that other kind of stuff in the food. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Steve Edminster, $5 super chat says Niagara Falls, New York has become a ghost town because if you have money, so who cares if I steal and it's everyone's. Sheesh.
So sad.
Shout out to Teddy coming through. $2 super chat says these are the people too stupid to get an ID.
That part. Teddy,
Teddy, I ain't fooling with you. I ain't fooling with you, Teddy.
Love it, Teddy. Today,
Captain Caveman, $5 super chat says they should be mad at the people that still sell them chitlins and pig feet. Hi, Mika and Celeste. Peace, Mr. Monk and Brother Wise. I love the show. Appreciate you, brother. God bless you.
God bless you.
He said they mad. These are the people still selling them chitlins and pig feet.
I have never eaten that.
Are you saying you've never had a chitlin or a pig foot
in my
or either one?
Life, none of this stuff. The chitlin, pig feet.
Now, aren't you? You got some Cuban in you, right? I know y'all eat pig feet. Come on now.
They eat pork a lot. They eat that Cuban sandwich, and I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. It tears my like ham tears my stomach up. But
I can't do
the moment you told me feet, absolutely not. The moment I found out what chitlins were, and I went to a friend's house and I smelled it, the smell just turned me right on. Absolutely.
Hey, if they first off, they got to be clean. You can't eat everybody chitlins.
No,
because everybody ain't gonna clean them thoroughly.
Process.
You got to clean them thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? You got to clean them and then rinse them and then clean them and then you got to rinse them and then clean them
C
again.
to an S. It rhymes too much. I can't do it.
Yeah, them chitlins, man. Chitlins are good, man. If they are clean and prepared right, them chitlins is good, man. Now I'm not a pig feet person, but I did grow up in a place where you could at the corner store you could get the pickle pig feet in the jar.
Oh yeah,
they got that big old jar sitting out there right at the front. It's pink pickle pig feet. You can get the pickled eggs. Now pickled eggs are delicious, man. I don't know if you ever had pickled eggs.
That means you're a hot sauces person too.
Oh, absolutely. What? What? Oh man, hey, I am from the South. I grew up in the country.
He survived.
I grew up in the country.
Put that on a piece of white Wonder Bread.
What? Eggs, yeah.
I was
call that
eggs,
breakfast.
Mika, I've had souse, which is a pig feet. I've had souse and it's very good. Yeah,
I'm not a pig feet person. But I did grow up in a place where people walked around, with that pig feet. They be in the hood eating this, snacking all between a toe. I grew up in a place like that.
That is true.
For sure.
No, I've seen it all. I mean, I got my white family members who eat the armadillo. I can't do it. I'm not doing the pig feet. I'm not doing that stuff either. I
y'all terrible. Look at me talking about some nopity note.
Nobody knows. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I grew up around country folks, man. I know folks, they eat everything from the rooter to the tutor, man. Hey, no, there's not a piece that gets spared. Not a piece.
I understand. It's just the moment you told me it walked on those feet.
Well, the pickle juice kills the germs and bacteria and stuff. That's what the pickle juice is.
Okay. Okay. All right. With y'all moonshining it, you just
hey, there's some folks with some good shine out there now. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with the shine though, because it'll creep up on you.
Yes, it does. And I learned that lesson when
be careful about that shine, man. You gotta be careful.
I made the mistake. I made the mistake because I thought it was a shot of wine, and I had 7 of them.
Oh Lord!
Oh, did they give you the kind with the cinnamon in it?
Didn't know after the first 3.
First off, come on now, Crystal. First off, who takes shots of wine? Who shoots up 3 days,
right?
Listen, first of all, don't be judging my West Indian side of my life, okay? That's the first thing. Second,
I'm just trying to get an understanding. Who takes shots of wine? Who does that?
We went to Dahlonega. That's why we were in Dahlonega, and you know how they have the wine tasting thing.
Oh,
so you
okay,
have the little
a wine
shots of
tasting.
wine.
Okay,
so
I get you on that.
We stopped somewhere, and I thought it was another one of these wine places where you're just tasting the wine. And so they're like, "Crystal, you want this?" I said, "I had like."
Did it come out of barrel?
Huh? I didn't know. Well, it wasn't a barrel.
Into a mason jar.
Girl, I wasn't paying attention. I was just taking
She
a
don't know
shower.
what she was doing. She
woke
just
up
like,
3
yeah,
days later.
yeah.
Actually, minister, I did not. Amazingly, I said, listen, that's how the Lord loved me, because legit,
Mercy.
after we drove home, because a bus took us back from Dahlonega back to
I was gonna
Atlanta.
say, don't tell me you
Then
took 7 shots and drove home.
I
Don't
had
incriminate
to
yourself on this
drive-
stream.
I had to drive back home, which I did, and then listen, I took like a 2-minute nap, and I was back up out the door partying. But see, that was a pre-Jesus Crystal.
That's when you're young. You can do that when you're a youngin.
God's mercy.
That's when you're a youngin. You can do stuff like that. Shout out to Cold Steel Rails, $10 super chat says, "Fight the good fight."
Fight the good fight.
Oh yeah, Captain Caveman, $5 super chat says, "I owned I think he meant to say construction.
Yeah.
Or construction for 2 decades, and black people was only 2% of my clientele, and that 2% still owe me money. I know I'll never get."
That part, Captain. That part, Captain.
Tell the truth, brother. Tell the truth.
That part.
That money good as gone.
You just might as
Tell
well
the truth.
write that off. Just write it
Truth
off.
is
It
the
ain't
light.
coming. It ain't coming.
Oh my
And
goodness.
that is another reason why.
We apologize for those
Oh.
fools. We apologize for those fools.
Thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, "Sorry, construction business." Yeah.
They
Goodness
weren't-
gracious.
They weren't our brethren.
Thank you, S. Bergen. $2 super chat says, "Caveman, stop playing and ask Crystal out." Oh,
I'll be like, did we just start the
Dating game.
Did we just shift and I
You know
missed
what? We got to schedule it. Can we put out? I'm gonna have to put out on the. I'm gonna put a post out for ARP Finds Love. We're gonna schedule it for. We'll do it later. We'll schedule it for later this month. We're gonna have to figure out how I can do this, but we gotta make this happen, man. We're gonna
We gotta
get
make
Crystal.
it
We're
happen,
gonna
yeah.
find Crystal a husband. We're gonna make this happen. You know, I'll be sending out. I'll be putting it out there and letting people know, hey, you know, if you would like to participate, this is how you can do it. You know, so we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen.
Don't apply if you ain't saved.
Yes.
Please.
Last Monty, thank you so much for joining the ARP family, man. We appreciate your support. Thank you so much, bro. Memphis Conservative in the building, $5 super chat says, so I guess we're gonna stop watching Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and Jet Li movies too, huh? Shaking my head.
And no Wu-Tang.
Hey, and no Wu-Tang. Exactly. You know, these folks
Wu-Tang
love those
Clan.
that going 36 chambers and all. Man, come on. Y'all not gonna tell me y'all didn't love Kung
Five
Fu
Deadly
Night on
Venoms.
Saturdays, man. Come on now. Five Deadly Venoms. Come on now. Tiger Style.
Come on.
They lying to themselves. You already know.
Mhm.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Captain Caveman, $5 super chat says, open a corner store to go out of business, giving hookups. Grand opening, same day, grand closing. Good.
You just preaching to the choir, sir.
That's
There
why you can't
go.
give folks hookups, man. I know for me, I'm one of those kind of people, especially, you know, one of my friends opened a business or something along those lines. I don't want the discount. I don't want the hookup. I want to pay full freight for whatever service or product that you are offering. I want to support your business. I'm not coming to you looking for the hookup. I want to support what you got going on, man.
I agree with that.
Amen.
I never understood that, man. Somebody open up something and you immediately go there. Like, you know, it cost them everything that they own to get this thing going. They can't afford to give you a discount or a hookup right now, man.
Come on.
They bring a family discount. So we got you gonna hook your girl up? No.
No.
No, I'm not.
And why are you even? I think it's just so disrespectful that you even asked.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
nah.
Very, very.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Steve Edminster, $5 super chat. Sorry, I meant to say, I meant if you own a store in Niagara Falls. Yeah, we got what we picked up what you dropped. Captain Caveman, $2 super chat says, has any of them ever boycotted Crack House? Oh Lord.
Absolutely not. And
Exactly.
they've made it beneficial and turned it into a museum and everything.
Dang, between Captain and Teddy, they on one today. I'm enjoying this.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I bet they
my
ain't you know, none of those dispensaries or any of those things out there getting boycotted. Yeah, come on now. Jamodi, $2 super chat says, ain't nothing like wrinkles on New Year's Day. Okay. Shout out to Captain Caveman, $2 super chat says, Mika, you got to try chitlin Cubano sandwich.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
No,
not.
thank you.
No.
I'm surprised. I'm
mustard.
surprised to hear that. You know, you got a Cuban background and you don't eat the Cuban. Like I
change it out for grilled chicken, and they look at me every time. And you know, I've gone to Cuba multiple times, and they always look at me and they're like, "No,
You're like, oh, you
boil?" I'm like,
bougie.
"Give me a boil." No pickle.
Bougie. They like, oh yeah, bougie gringo.
They're like, America gringo.
Healthy bougie.
Shout out to Eric Remind, $2 super chat said Caveman Courting 101. Cap America $10 super chat says when you realize the black comedy movie trope of useless cousin or friend character always begging for money exists.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man, yeah.
That's very true. Mm-hmm.
And thank you again, Captain Caveman, coming through. $2 super chat says, I don't think she'll want the name Crystal Caveman.
That was hilarious. I could not.
I don't know. I think let's not say no just yet. We gotta make sure you sign up to be on the show. Then we'll do.
You gotta find out if you got an attractive job.
Well, he's got one thing. His comments are good now.
His comments are good.
He's funny.
Show that he has intelligence. I'm not willing to say no yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not either.
No,
We're gonna have to put this on. We got to put this on, man. ARP finds love. Crystal, are you down? Are you down?
Oh, yeah, she down. You know she down.
Are you down for the dating show, Crystal?
I love Mr. Denzel. Mr. says, "Oh yeah, she's down. She's down."
He's like, "Oh yeah, she down. She down."
Now, you're gonna have to act as Crystal's protector. Okay,
I'm gonna be right
You're
there.
gonna have to be that person. Wise, we're gonna have to get an agreement together because Crystal decide we're not doing this for you to poo-poo everything. Now we bring you something real.
You got to be the best.
Yeah. I'm with that. Thank you, Alita, for the $5 super chat. Says, I hear you. Says, I'm a Puerto Rican vegan.
Yes, the more equal.
I'm gonna ask that you not be vegan. Be a vegetarian, but not vegan. You know what I'm saying? Be a vegetarian.
And Puerto Rico's the same way.
Puerto Ricans love the pork. They love the pig.
All that meat up.
Yes.
The only thing, if you ever go to Cuba, just expect that your food is going to be an hour to an hour and a half. They gotta go outside and chop it off. They do it right there. It's gonna be an hour and a half to wait for that food.
Well, you know what? It's funny that you bring that up because all those people out there making all them orders, to the Chinese restaurants, and then folks ain't coming to pick it up. Guess what's going to start happening? You're going to call it, put an order in. They're either not going to make it until they take your payment over the phone or online, or they're not going to make it until you pull up and say, hey, I'm here to pick up my food. And that's when they'll start making it and then you're going to be like, man, I can't believe, man, I put an order in. Well, thank your brethren that decided that it'd be okay to order up $200 worth of food and not come and pick it up.
And they will revamp that old food and sell it to somebody.
You know what's gonna happen when they start telling people that we're not making them order until you pay for it.
Yeah, until you pay for it.
They're gonna start calling it racist. They be like, y'all just racist. Yeah. Y'all just hate black people.
Man, look at that. Leo girl right there with you. She said then they're gonna be called.
That's what Thank you, twin. That's exactly what it's gonna be. They're gonna be like, they're racist, they don't like black people. That's why they're gonna
to be honest with you, that's what I would do. I'm like, nah, when you're a small business, you can't be in the business of just wasting orders. You can't do that.
Call me racist.
You call me what you want to call me. We won't prepare this food until you pay for it. Amen. Simple as that.
And who's that going to bother? The regular, good black person or a person who lives in that community is not doing any of this foolishness.
Always have to suffer.
Once again, inconvenience by the 1% of idiots that are statistically providing justification for the treatment now we're all getting.
Go ahead, Celeste, and add it to the trans stuff we got to do. Add it to the no gun stuff we got to do. Just go ahead and add it. The small group always mess up.
And that is what I told Brother Wise yesterday. I said the 1 to 2% that we all agree is the gutter of the community. That always had. They are always the loudest. They always got a mic in front of them. Somebody's always put a mic in front of them. Somebody. They always got to share their opinion, and then the rest of us, now we walk around and have to deal with the stereotypes that are thrown at us because of the 1 to 2%. It's always guys.
Sad.
Always guys. Times have to do with the 1 to 2% of crazy.
Hey, Crystal, Eric Ramon said the minister has spoken. Crystal is to be auctioned off.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was the auction? Oh my goodness!
Listen, my daddy might actually agree with Minister. He be like, somebody gonna take her? Is somebody about to take her now? Oh, yeah, go ahead and take her. I can't.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Long
Captain
as he's
Caven,
right.
$5 super chat says, I'm so serious with business. I come here to unwind. Thank you guys. It's always fun. Appreciate you,
God
Captain
bless you.
Caveman.
Amen.
We appreciate you, brother. We
Amen.
appreciate you. No, well, your father, for good reason, is like somebody take her because you are still his responsibility until he gets somebody to officially take you.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yes, and my daddy, yes, I have a.
And real men understand this. That's why, I mean, I don't have girls, but if I did, I would have been raising my daughters in a very similar way that Celeste. Like, first off, you get there's no unfettered access to dudes without me being there, or your brothers, one of the two. You know, either if I'm not going, one of your brothers is going with you, maybe both of them. Simple as that.
Oh, they get to go. They get to go because I had to sit on the porch.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is that you can sit on the porch and somebody's gonna be out there as an escort.
Somebody's gonna be there. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody's gonna be in this. Oh, Dad, we're thinking about going for a walk. Okay, take one of your brothers with you.
That's right.
You know, walk the block. Take one of your brothers with you. He ain't about to get you nowhere. And we're not doing that.
No.
On the flip side of that, we'd be having these conversations early on. You know, you're going to be trained early. We don't wait. And that's why I think, like, when I hear guys, and to an extent, I understand because we know there's enough dudes out there that ain't about a whole lot. But when I hear guys saying, I'm raising my daughter to be independent, to not be anybody, to need anybody, I think that is like the stupidest thing that you could do as a father raising a young girl. I think that's just stupid.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're raising her in a sense where she's always going to be a liability to you. Man, you better find somebody to give her to.
I always some of the funniest things I saw was men would react funny if like they would come and I would want them to meet my parents before we go out, and they're like you too grown for that. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I prefer, like, I need my parents to be like, yeah, that's a no. That's a no.
All of that tell you
those are red flags right there.
All you have to do is bring that up, and it's so unfortunate when we're young. And likewise, like you're saying, you really have to raise girls to understand the value in that, because that alone is going to weed out 70% of the foolishness that you will see, maybe even 80% of the foolishness. Say, well, yes, but you got to ask my dad. I'd like to go, but only if you ask my dad and he tells you yes. Then I go. Yeah. I mean, that you'll be surprised, and this is why we don't do it. Because the number of young men who are no longer going to show up after you say that to them, it's going to be almost everyone.
But that's part of the vetting process.
That is part of it. But when you're a young girl and you want to be liked, you want to be accepted, you don't want to be the girl sitting home in the window while everybody else gets to go out, and you don't understand the value in that. You have to be mature, and that you're not mature. You're a young girl. Everyone else can go to the dance, or they can go to the movies, or they can go skating, or whatever it is people are doing. They can go to team takeovers, whatever the date.
Team takeover.
You dating at the takeover, whatever it is that the young people can do. You don't want to be the only person who can't do it. But the truth of the matter is 90% of the young guys today, if they had to ask a grown man to take you anywhere or do anything with you, they won't, and you will be stuck in that house alone.
No, you're right. You're right. That was me. But that's a good way to vet. That's a good way to vet dudes that's not about a whole lot of anything. Because the reality of it is, if that young man has a father, and because he's probably he would tell his dad, hey, I want to date this girl, but she told me that I gotta, have a conversation with her father or something along those lines before I can do so. Dad's going to give him some sage counsel and advice on how to go about handling it. He may actually pull up and show up with him, depending on how old he is. He may do that. If it's an older person, he may say, hey, okay, this is how you go about doing it. But for me, if my sons told me that, I was like, sounds like this young lady comes from a good family.
Good family, yeah.
That's what it would sound to me. So if my son told me that, I'm like, bro.
Well, you're 100% right. And you would be right that they come from a good family. But you got to figure out how you're going to deal with that girl who's sitting there going, how come nobody likes me?
That's you wouldn't
have to do that if you actually have the conversations. And that from the dad's, I'm saying from the dad's standpoint, He can sell her. Any man or young man that's not willing to have a conversation with me in order to date you, they ain't worth your time anyway.
Right.
So you got these are things that needs to be told and said early on in the process.
Yeah, I mean, you're correct, but Celeste is correct because I was that girl on the porch, and no boy wanted to ask me nothing because they knew they had to go to my house. And I don't like it. And then it went from just, my dad and my grandfather to because when my dad would go on tours and things like that, my grandfather would be there. And it went from the man saying get off the porch and things like that, because if you didn't come dressed correctly, my grandfather didn't like it. If you talked a certain way, my grandfather didn't like it. If you didn't say yes sir, yes ma'am, my grandfather didn't like it. And it didn't help too that my granddaddy white, so they like, oh, he's just this, and nobody wanted to talk to me.
That's okay. They saved you from a bunch of drama.
They absolutely did. They absolutely did. And when I tell my grandfather all the time, and when my dad was alive, I appreciate it.
Amen.
Like then I didn't. So that's why I'm saying why is Celeste is correct. Because when you're a girl, you don't understand. You just like the cute boy.
Yeah. And then everybody, because I promise you, people used to say that my sister and I, in high school, going into the boys used to think my daddy kept a shot pew under the bed. So they ain't want to come, they ain't want to ask us out, and you just be like, and you're like, Daddy, this is your fault. Don't nobody want to ask us out.
And they don't care. Fathers don't care.
Good. Well, and I would be saying, you know what? First off, they are accurate in the sense that I do have that nearby. Keep it nearby. They are accurate there. That's an accurate statement. The other thing is that I would be just letting it be known. I'm not giving my daughter to some weak dude. It's not happening. Not happening.
I agree with you. All I'm saying is really what you ought to also be doing is you ought to be cultivating relationships with people, young men from families
that too
share the same
Absolutely.
value system, so you don't leave. Because the second you turn your back on a lot of these girls, this is why they're out here
be running wild
now.
Because
they're desperate for somebody to prove they like them, because they've never been able to feel that way.
Right. But those are all conversations that need to be had early on, and you hope that if things are done properly, it's in a nuclear family where mom and dad is on the same page and the information is coming from both sides. You're getting the same information that you're getting from dad. You're getting the same reinforcement from mom.
Yeah, that is true.
And hey, we are united front on this. We'll disagree behind closed doors, but in front of the kids, we are together on this and how we're going to approach this.
I still remember
it. But your mother's also going to know how important it is for you to feel beautiful and wanted.
Oh, yeah.
No, I understand that.
Part that she's got to tell you, because you don't care about that part. Your agenda is somewhere else.
Amen.
Shout out to he said pop the balloon ARP style.
You're lucky, Wise. You're lucky. You had all boys. My husband had to learn the hard way. Because he got that girl, and now he's like everything. If somebody look over at her too hard, if somebody just says this, somebody says that, I'm like, I don't know what you're gonna do when she's a teen. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Wow.
So you're absolutely lucky.
He's gonna handle business. He's gonna handle business.
And you need to handle yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will keep your daughter in prayer.
Yes.
You know it's gonna be tough.
Well, it should be a situation though. Hey, she doesn't leave, and that's why I'm also anti sending the daughters off to college and all that type of stuff. I'm anti that too.
Yeah, me too.
If you want to go to college, you take your butt to the local community college. You're gonna stay right here at the crib. You ain't going to no college parties, no frat parties. You ain't doing none of that. No.
Mika, you want to know where my 25-year-old daughter is?
Where?
Right here in this house.
I know that's right.
She ain't going nowhere. Listen, it's going to be a process, and she was raised in that aspect. She learned everything she needed to learn, so that my dad was a great role model for her. He dealt with her. I dealt with her. My mama dealt with her. Listen, you better come right if you come near my daughter. I tell you that much. You can't, and she's not letting anybody just roll up on her. You better come right.
Amen.
That's when I tell you that's excellent because I'm telling you, I see a lot of girls that I grew up with.
Oh Lord.
None of that. None of that.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
appreciate having the men in my life.
mhm, mhm. Now I don't know why Dion said I think Wise is off the rest of the week. Am I right? No,
Yeah, you know your
not this
schedule.
week. Not this week. We're on the regular schedule this
Right.
week. There will be, I think, let me see, end of this month. And end of this month, there'll be a Tuesday only. And then I think in July, I think we got one of those weeks or something along those lines. You know, Crystal's going to take the whole month of July off for her birthday. So we don't know if we'll see. We don't know if Crystal will be on the show because she's just going.
My birthday's in July. I'll be here.
Amen. Amen.
Celeste, now you know, Celeste, we gotta take this is an entire month celebration. Listen,
You know what? I never celebrate my birthday.
well, Celeste, now you're going to celebrate because we're gonna celebrate together, Celeste.
Together.
We're gonna do
I don't do all that. I
Celeste.
feel like there's a lot of hoopla.
Celeste, we doing brunches. We doing brunches.
Look at that. She's gonna get you out the house anyway. She's just letting you know, like, you doing something, whether you want to or not. You doing something.
You are special.
Hey, we don't care if you want to celebrate. I'll celebrate it for you. I'll
Okay.
celebrate for the both of us.
Send
Okay.
pictures. Let me know how it went.
You're gonna be there.
That is hilarious.
Oh, Johnny Red said his birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday,
Hey,
Johnny
happy birthday,
Red.
Johnny Red.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, Johnny Red, man. Happy birthday. That's a real New Yorker right there. Been in Florida for 50 years and he's still got the Brooklyn in him, man. He can't let it go.
And I love it.
That's crazy.
Love it.
Shout out to you, Johnny Red. Happy birthday to you, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. We appreciate you guys pulling up, hanging out with us today.
Yes,
Lord willing, we'll be back at this thing on Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, ARP in the morning. Call-in show. Be on the lookout for that. Hey, I'm gonna put this out there real quick. I said this yesterday. I think I was talking to Crystal and AT. I think I was talking to Crystal the other day on Friday. Hey, when we do the call-in show, I'm letting it be known that I know we went a little over today, but the goal is we're going to tighten up the time. Come on to the show, add some value to the show, or ask a question, one or the two, and then get out of here. Do not pull up and filibuster for 30 minutes.
Cut off.
That's what I asked. So going forward, I'm just putting it out there right now, and I'll put it out there on Thursday. Wise not trying to be rude, but I will cut you off and kick you up out of here. You start filibustering going too long. So I'm just going to let it be known. I'm putting it out there. Say what you got to say, and then let's move on so we can get the next person in. We'll make sure we give enough time for people to call in and things of that nature. But we're not going to be doing these 4 and 5 hour shows. That's not going to be the case. All right. Look at Dion. Dion, get out of here. I'm just saying. So I don't want anybody to say, man, Wise kicked me off. I'm not trying to be rude.
Fair warning.
So I'm just giving you a fair warning,
Right.
no different than the radio show. When they let you know, when they call in like, hey, we ain't got all day for you. Get up here. Say what you got to say. Ask your question. Get up out of here. Okay.
Amen.
So look at Eric. He's like, is that at me, Wise? Not necessarily you, Eric, but not necessarily you. This is I'm just putting it out there for whoever. Okay.
Guys, you might have to start hitting the Kevin Samuels and just
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for pulling up today. Crystal, Danzel, Mika, Celeste, thank you guys for pulling up today as well. Everybody that supported the channel financially today, thank you guys so much for supporting what we're doing over here. We really appreciate you guys. All the ARP family members, all the blues, thank you guys so much. Brandy said, put a timer up. You know what? Yeah.
That is good. At least like the last, you got 1 minute left, and let them conclude.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna look into that. I think I can put a timer up.
do it. Reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time.
I think I can do that. I can put a timer up. We'll put it at what do y'all think? A minute? 2 minutes?
I think the last minute you talk. Once the timer goes up, you got 1 minute to conclude.
Overall.
I think
2 minutes is plenty of time to say what you got to say.
2 minutes, 2.5
2 minutes, good.
That's plenty of time to say what you got to say.
Good. Okay. 2 minutes. 2 minutes is good. Okay. I'm gonna look for a 2 minute timer. I'll get that set up. We'll have that for Thursday. Yeah, we'll do that. So therefore, after that 2 minutes, hey, boom. Unless it's something good, unless it's something insightful, then we'll keep it. But other than that, B, get them out of here.
Hey, Even if it's insightful, they can tell us the rest next week.
Yeah, that too. That too. Oh, one other thing too before we go. Please make sure you reach out to Crystal from Crystal Beyond Labels for Gutter Bunny of the Week.
Yes,
if you would like to add anybody to Gutter Bunny of the Week, what's the email address, Crystal?
Crystal@crystalbeyondlabels.com.
Yeah, reach out to Crystal for Gutter Bunny of the Week. Reach out to Celeste if you have your questions for Ask Me Anything. I think it's Ask Me Anything 4547 at Gmail.
Correct.
Outstanding. And then the P.O. box is in the description box below. So if you did purchase one of Celeste's books, The Ass Backwards Way to Move Forward, and you'd like to get it signed, please send it out to her. She promises that she'll get it to you before Christmas. So just get it.
And I was going to compliment you remembering the email. I was going to apologize if I ever made a slight about your ability to recall. I take that back now.
Celeste, you got your pen, boo boo.
Oh, come on.
She will get it over to you, as you know. She did promise before Christmas. So I'll just put it out there. Send it on.
Hey, Wise.
She'll get it back out to you. Yes, ma'am.
Wise, I need a segment now. I need a slight segment, maybe a mess at the end of the month. So, I got to talk about people.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Well, whatever you want to call it, we'll put together a bumper. We'll make it happen. Let's do it. I'm down.
I like that.
Eric said, "Can you order?" He wanted to know, can he order to her PO box? I don't know if you can send Amazon packages to a PO box. I don't know if you can or not.
Yes, you can. Some can.
You
A book you can.
You can.
You can. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Eric, there you go. I'm not real sure.
I can only carry so much. That's okay. I will.
Nanny said we better be nice to Celeste. Nanny, you know it's all
talk
love.
about it, Nanny.
It's all
Nanny.
love. It is all love. We literally had two people come up here, didn't have their mics on, ready to go. For whatever reason, AT called it a Duffy, and it's going to be that. It is what it is. It is going to be that. So,
the Maria, yeah, I'm talking about the look. I got a pad full of these people. Okay, these people are crazy, so I don't always get to put it out.
Amen.
Okay.
I just want people to know.
Hey, we can just add. We can add the segment on. We can just do it on Tuesdays. You can get Minister Danzel get the first, and then we'll put you, towards the end. Just let me know what you want to call it. We'll get a bumper created for it, and boom, we'll have it. On Tuesdays, you can get a piece of Mika's mind. Hey,
keep my name out of it if you can.
Okay.
And we will
like
have
that.
we will,
That's
because
crazy.
I've already received 2-3 emails, Brother Wise, we will have something to go up tomorrow, because people already have sent me people to add to Better Money this week.
Amen.
So we're gonna have it Wednesday. Y'all
Celeste, can you send me I need a signed book for B. I forgot all about that, B. I'm glad you said something. Can you send it to me?
Yes. Text me where you want me to send it. I don't have your new address.
Got you. I'll send it to you.
Oh, and Celeste, my sister told me to tell you that she loves your book.
Oh my God,
she came to my house and took it from my desk, but she loves your book. She said, I was reading it while I was there, and I just wanted to keep reading it. My sister's younger. Yeah, she said she loved it. So I told her I'd tell you. I almost forgot, but I just didn't tell you.
That's what younger siblings do. They just take stuff.
They just take stuff and then tell you later when you see it.
I'm glad she did. All love to you, little sis.
Yeah. Hey, I get reached out to all the time. My brother reached out. Hey, big. As soon as I hear big bro, I already know he wants something. Like, what you want, bro? What you want? And he's like, it's always a let me borrow, but it's really a let me have, because you never getting that money back. You already know, like whatever it is, you never getting that back. Just here, bro. Go on.
That's a fact.
I can't speak on it because I do that to my sister all the time. And
I'm youngest,
but I'm the oldest.
No, she's the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
She acts like the youngest.
Yes, I really do. But at the same time, I ask. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll look and I'll be like, wait, where's my makeup? Okay. Okay.
That's a fact. That's my sister still does that. She lives up the street, come down here, just take stuff. Golly.
Yeah, my brother a trip. As soon as I hear him, as soon as I pick up the phone, big bro, I'm like, what you want, bro? What you want? without fail. And it's always a borrow. It's really a half. And then when I see him, he act like he ain't even asked for nothing. Daggone shame.
Oh,
Shout out to Darnice Harrison Speaks. $2 super chat says, I need mine signed. Okay. Look in the description box and you should see the PO box for Celeste. So, and if you don't see it in there, just reach out to me. I'll send it over to you.
Amen.
All right. Y'all are messy. I can't tell y'all nothing. Now y'all going, boy, I tell you. We're going to get out of here, man. We appreciate you guys pulling up today, man. Hit the like button on the way out the building. If you have not done so already, please hit the like button. Lord willing, we'll be back at this thing on Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check me out, man. I'll be on the Biblical Conservative show tonight. Come check us out, man. I think 7:30, I think. So pull up. You know, I'm not going to stream it myself. You know, I'm not going to stream it, but I will be over there for a little bit. I think we're going to be on for probably about an hour or so.
Can you tell him I said I love that episode he did on Howard John Wesley? I may have to borrow.
Yeah, you're going to have to go ahead and snatch that one up. Minister Daniel, you should do something on that. I'd like to see you write it. I'd like to see a Substack written on that. We'll have to send it over to you. That dude, Howard John Wesley is a mess, bro. He is a mess and a half.
Please send it to me.
Please. Hey, can you send it out? Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
It would be wonderful for a minister's mind trust.
Yeah, it would be. Actually, yeah, it would be.
Be very good.
That dude's a piece of work, man. Piece of work, to say the least.
He's a hot
seriously.
Toenail.
I like hot messes.
He's a hot toenail piece of mess. That's what he is.
Oh Lord, hot toenail piece of mess.
Okay. Yes, he's a hot piece of mess.
Okay. Speaking of that, we're gonna get out of here. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for pulling up again. Please hit the like button on the way out the building, man. As always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.